All right. So, last time we left the Locomotivators, who all met on a train. You guys just arrived in Tyrstrove and set about to doing a little bit of sightseeing, but also a little bit of information gathering. Finding out about Aurelia, checking in with her contact, which turned out to be her uncle Arandos, and being tasked with meeting in next 3 days a member of the Museum of Sovereignty, one Gregario Dawnburst, the Diamond of Tyrstrove. Meanwhile, the others went about searching for information about certain prospects, namely for Lustiborns and Seville, looking for info about people they've been searching for a little bit. Eventually find information about a group that have been spotted down south. I believe, when I put in my notes, it was near Portovare.
Yes. It was like the southern port.
Mm-hmm. Reginald, meanwhile, got friendly with some of the some people around here. A group of hunters who I believe I have their name around here somewhere. I put it on a piece of paper. I had it. There it is. I saved it. Yaksa, Breach, and Brutes. A trio of hunters who've been talking about hunting monsters around the area, as well as a old man in the tavern known as the Leaky Wisp, which I should also write down. Did I write that down? I did not. Leaky Wisp.
At least you remembered it.
Yeah.
I have it all written down too.
Okay, good. You know, at some point I should ask you guys to do the recap, so that way I can get my information from you guys.
No.
No, you should write your stuff down. You're the
That's
DM.
how you want me to take keen mind?
Don't.
That's how you get me to take keen mind.
Don't do that.
That's
no.
how you make us take keen mind.
No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
We all have it now.
Remember every little detail for me.
Shut up. But anyway, final information. You all met back up at the inn, which I believe for you guys, not Diamond in the Rough, the other one, the Silent Barrel Tavern. No, it was Silent Barrel. No, it was the
It was Silent Barrel.
No, it was the Lucky Rabbit. It was Lucky Rabbit, I think.
Yeah.
It was Lucky Rabbit's where you guys were staying at.
Oh, I went to Silent Barrel, and then yes. Okay, yes.
No, you would have got to Diamond in the Rough to meet up with.
Diamond in the Rough was.
There's too many taverns.
You retconned yourself
Merchant
going
City.
to Silent Barrel because you realized you had more conversation you had to do. You were
We
intending
went to the
go
local
there, though.
crack house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, there's the Leaky Wisp
I know I
Tavern.
talked to the guy in the. I know I did talk to a guy in the, which is how I found out about the masked people.
Right.
We bought drugs at the Coliseum.
Nice snap.
Did not buy drugs.
You don't know that.
We're about to.
And if you want to look for drugs, you can. That's on you, though. Anyway, meeting back together to discuss what you guys have found, and then plotting your next course of action. We return to you all at the Lucky Rabbit Inn. Yeah, Lucky Rabbit Inn, which is this building over. Ooh.
I think we had just all gone to bed because we had a meeting in my room.
Yeah, that's right. You guys did.
And then we, you know, hands in, break, and then they went off to their room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we had a meeting with the drunk Aurelia in her room without her permission, and then we went off to bed, and I gave Lesty my notebook to read.
And I'm reading it down in the lobby to keep an eye out, or in a sitting area in the hallway. That's what it was. If there was,
there's a sitting area for people who were working on there. So yeah, so like second, I think I said you guys on the second floor. Doesn't really matter as much. But so you're sitting around in a little desk area, just reading through the notebook. But if nobody else wants to do anything during the night, we will cut to the following morning.
And a long rest.
Make sure you take a long rest. Nope, no level up yet.
No.
No Meggy.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do this morning?
Sleep in.
You don't sleep.
Did we? I should ask you. Do you remember if we had plans for today already set in motion from last
I don't
session?
think we did.
We did
I don't.
not.
I don't remember any. No.
We should meet and have breakfast. So I'm gonna go eat my breakfast.
I agree. We should meet, have breakfast, and figure out a plan.
All right. I think what I'll start doing from now on is at the end of the session, I'll ask you guys to let me know what you guys are doing. Or, like, days before the next session, ask what you guys are planning to do. That way, you guys have a plan going in, so don't do this.
Oh, right. Since Chris can only have predicted a couple of outcomes, let's do something crazy so he's completely
Let's leave the
unprepared.
town.
I mean,
Yeah, let's leave the town.
you're gonna walk into
Let's
some, like,
get-
Unreal Engine, like, blank block areas, and you have to fucking deal with it.
Just the plain
All right, boys, we're going to fucking Baldur's Gate now.
God
All
damn
right,
it.
but yeah, I think Reggie is gonna get up first and go down and order some breakfast.
I will sleep in just a little bit because I was up late and a little drinky drunk, and she needs to recover. She's a baby.
Sure thing.
Steborns will probably wait until the last person leaves, and then follows with them down just to make sure everyone's come down.
So probably me unless Seville sleeps in hella late.
He's old. He could have died in his sleep.
Roll
It's
D100.
true.
Make me roll a D100 at the start of every day.
See
I
if he
take-
dies.
Did I take my baby aspirin last night? All right, then roll with advantage.
All right, yeah. I'll head down, grab Lesty with me, and I guess we'll meet up with Reggie for brekkie.
Eventually you...
Now then, you go ahead. You go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say you all meet up together for what is the equivalent of a small breakfast. They have little plates of sausages and eggs and toast and all that. Very basic, like, continental breakfast stuff.
Now then, I only have. It's now 2 days or 3 days. We're counting today as 3 days from now.
I'll
Or
say,
what is it?
I'll
How
say
many
yeah,
days?
today, include today, 3 days. Because you
Okay.
guys, 3 days.
And then, including today, I only have about 3 days until I have to meet with the Diamond of Tyrstrove, which does give me a bit of leeway in case there was anything you all wanted to particularly look into regarding your investigation.
Well, I
I
know not for
am-
the investigation, but I have been doing a lot of research myself, and I whip out the book of past winners that Lesteborns gave me, and like, I really think I could win this thing.
The tournament? Oh, wait. The tournament?
Yes, I would love to be the second legendary hunter.
Who was the first?
I have the name written down. 1 second.
Sure thing.
No.
I'm gonna say I don't remember things, and my notes are gone because she was drunk.
Yeah, fair enough.
She definitely don't remember.
Chio Burnett,
She
a huntress.
Shia
CIO.
Bana. Sia. Is it? How much do we know about this particular? I mean, I was given a vague idea that there was some sort of tournament going on, and I know we briefly touched on it last night. But is this some sort of event for individuals or teams, or how does this practically go about? If it's soon enough, it certainly wouldn't be bad if I was able to show some value in the family name and what we do for the diamond. So I'd be more than happy to participate if it's, as you said, there's a hunter, but I wonder if that's the only category.
Reggie is gonna look like he's about to say something and then stop because he was 100% just about to try to use it could get you some political gain as an excuse to get Ori on board. And say, I don't want to do that now. Yes, we should definitely inquire and see more details. That is, if the two of you are up for it.
I do
And
not.
I look
believe
over
it
at
is
Seville
a
and Lusty.
good use of my time. However, I will, at the very least, cheer you guys on.
Well, think
Well-
about it, Lusty. You'd see a lot of faces of people up in the crowd when you're down in the center.
I could also
And
see the
if-
faces walking the crowd.
And
Right,
if-
that's not as fun.
Well, if Lesterborn isn't feeling it, he certainly can at least observe. I know that it's not exactly privy to your investigation to be entertaining a sports contest of sorts, but
Rusty, it is. Oops, sorry.
No, that was all.
I was gonna lean over and mention, if the Golden Hand has the kind of pull that we are led to believe, it would probably be in our best interest to rub shoulders with these folks.
But is the tournament not for a few weeks? Should we
Yeah, what
One
is
way to
already
find out.
interacted with them by then?
It wasn't about 3 weeks, as they said the big tournament's happening.
Month. 3 weeks. Okay,
well,
3 weeks. About the end of the month.
Perhaps there are preliminary skirmishes we could go just to get our names out there and be seen.
I guess I
Well,
would not
certainly
mind
at
at least
least-
doing such.
I at least wouldn't mind finding out about the specifics. But 3 weeks out is a long time to be here, and we don't know where their investigation is going to take us, as it already seems we have interesting leads further south of here. But I don't mind going and learning about it.
All in agreement?
Go ahead.
Are we all in agreement to go to the Coliseum and at least see what's going on down there?
I can agree to that. Maybe see how much of an extent and how public these golden hands truly are. Golden hand. What is it?
Golden hand. Golden
Okay,
hand.
good. I got it right.
I thought it was gilded hand.
It's golden hand.
No, it's golden.
Okay. Cool.
And the other one is something grasp.
Tarnished.
That was it.
Tarnished grasp.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go to the Coliseum.
All right. Just move the camera over. So yeah, you walk down the road a bit. It's very easy to navigate to because it's one of the bigger halls and all that, or bigger walls off in the south. Easy enough to navigate to. You've been here before. I think 2 of you have been here. So easy to get to. You do hear, it's early morning, so you do hear, as you approach, you hear the clanging of steel. Looks like there's some training going on. They're kind of like outside on the grounds. You see a number across like a wide spectrum. A few dwarves, a few humans, Goliaths, Tabaxi, and they're just like, they have a sword shield. Some of them have like 2-handers. Some have a bow and arrow. Seems like they're all just practicing stuff. You see there's like one tall Goliath man who's kind of like walking around watching everybody. He seems to be like an overseer of some kind.
I'm going to at least let the group know and then kind of peter off looking for some sort of reception or info booth, or maybe where tickets are sold, to try and like find out more of the admin about how this works and what they're doing for this tournament.
Sure, that's easy to do. It's like straight ahead, following the road in near to the entrance.
Okay.
I'd probably look around to see for any golden hand influence, if at all open. Not really talking to anybody, just sort of listening, seeing anything if there's any, I guess, I wouldn't say signals. What's the word? Signifiers? That someone is
like
part of it.
Like a tail or something like that. Like essentially.
Yeah, even if it's just like a small golden hand somewhere or something.
Yeah.
If it's a harder check to make, obviously, but like that's what I'd be looking for.
Yeah. All right. What about the rest of you? Are you guys doing anything, or are you just following suit with Aurelia?
You said there were like sculptures for sculptures around the Coliseum of previous winners and stuff.
There's a few, yeah.
I want to look for the Huntress one.
Sure.
She's an aura.
She's a tabaxi. Seville, are you doing anything?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. I'll say Reggie doesn't take you too long. You're able to find off to the side. It seems like it's kind of away from the main entrance. You do see the marksmanship area of champions, and you do see a bust of Shio Burnett. So it's basically from like the chest up. It's a very simple statue.
One day this will be me. And like, is there any like it just like to pass the time? Is there any like plaque or writing about her? I just want to study up on it.
Yeah. Let me see here.
If there's not, I'll just read the book in front of it. But either way.
Give me one here. I'm just pulling my shit. Oh shit! There we go. Let's see. You see Shia Burnett, and it says I don't have a year thing for this game yet, so we won't worry about a year.
You're fine.
But she was the champion. She became champion about 5 or 6 years ago. The Queen of Crossroads, which is a town that is just a bit of ways away from Crown Crofts. So she's from like west. She's from Eastern Dying. The straightest shot, essentially. She's just it's just like a few titles that she has. It mentions that she's been a part of other tournaments, not just the Marksman one. The Marksman, she's the one she's known for, but she's also part of the Combat Rally, and there's like apparently a wilderness track she was a part of. So she's very much like you. She's part of she's a huntress. She dives into the woods, she hunts monsters and all that. So she usually follows a very similar trail to you.
All right. My goal is set. I must win this tournament.
Okay, now, Lesty, give me a perception check.
Perception. Where are you? There you are. Does my official inquiry thing ever do anything, or is that just flavor?
What is your
my
official
feature
inquiry?
officially inquiry? You experience that gaining access to people and places to get the information you need. Through a combination of fast-talking determination and documentation, you can gain access to a place or an individual related to a crime you're investigating.
Not for this, no. This is more like if you know.
But I guess in general, I should ask that.
Yeah, like you can always ask, like, can I utilize my feature here to do that? And obviously, if you're trying to get access to an area or a group of people, then yeah, that'd be good for you. But for just like looking for information, not so much.
Then I got a 20.
20? Looking around, you see the people who are training. You don't see anything. You don't see any markings similar to what you found on their body, on their persons. You don't see any like posters or any kind of like graffiti or anything like marks that denote a thieves' guild of any kind. And this place seems like it's very tightly watched. It's a main entertainment district, so you imagine most of them wouldn't dare like post up around here.
Openly,
yeah.
Okay.
But with a 20, you don't see markings or anything to denote Golden Hand or Tarnished Grasp traversal.
Alright. Lester Warrens would probably seek out the party then, afterwards.
Yeah, you see Aurelia and several seem to be going straight to the front entrance, while Reggie's off to the side looking at a nearby bust.
Reggie?
There's also a statue there. A woman just happened to have walked by.
Lester Warrens will approach Reggie then as he's inspecting it. Does she seem like competition? Do you think you could be number one, or are you settled on number two?
I must be number one, Reggie.
Okay,
the one thing I set out when I left home was to become a legendary hunter. And this is the first step on a path there.
Reggie would take a moment to inspect the statue, the gears in his face turning a bit as he's lost in thought before looking back to Reggie. Sorry, Lester Warrens would. Before looking to Reggie, as long as you don't fail at close combat again, I believe you have the full capacity to not only be number one legend, but number one of all time.
Would I've ever failed at close combat, Lester? You saw me punching that ghost.
I saw you miss punching that ghost.
You did not punch a ghost. You punched a direwolf.
I tried to tackle a ghost. I also punched a zombie.
That's true.
In fact, through information I just remembered, I remember you punching a wolf and it not doing much more than shocking it.
It always seems that way until they go out.
There is someone here who could perhaps assist you in close combat measures. And he turned and looked to both Aurelia and Seville. They're pretty, from what I've seen, they could make up for what you lack.
Well, if I wanted to get famous and get my name in the status of legends, I could think of no finer people to do it with than the Locomotivators.
We did meet
And
on
I,
a train after all.
I want to pull Lesty in close and kind of give him a little big brother noogie.
It probably hurts your hand to do that.
My
I'm sure the
hand
top
is
of his head is
very
like
red.
sharp. Yeah.
When I
Little
pull my
bit
fist away,
sticking
it's like
out.
it's red and scraped. But I'm not gonna acknowledge it for the sake of keeping the older brother thing.
As they're walking back, Lestaborns would take his chance at cracking a joke. I do not understand. Was that you attacking me? You did not fare much better than you did with the wolf.
All right.
He then puts Lesburns into a brotherly headlock.
Tap out.
Uncle.
Tap out, bitch.
Uncle. Approaching Aurelia and Seville after a little hustle to catch up with them, Lestaborns would look. Find anything interesting?
We haven't even got to talk
Yeah.
to the fucking people yet.
Actually, so while you guys are talking over there, Aurelia and Seville have approached the front desk area, and you see a woman, bespectacled, elvish woman. She is just in there, kind of like scribing some stuff down. She notices your approach. She's like, "Oh, yes, can I help you?"
What's this tournament called again?
I don't think I came up with a name for the tournament, honestly.
Good job.
Shush. I didn't think you guys should be checking the tournament out, so I didn't bother with it.
You literally brought it up in like every other conversation we were a part of. I assumed it was
Yeah,
important.
you've been shoving us towards the Coliseum.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
you were
you
also
literally
leading us to the
it also
Coliseum
said
this
the
whole
tournament's
time.
in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah,
getting
well,
to
we're
help
checking
you
it out anyways.
Alright. Let's see here.
The tournament of
Tournament of
Kings.
Champions.
Alright, cool.
Oh,
the champion circuit.
So I'll approach and then just be like, hello, yes. We're relatively new to the area and couldn't help but notice there's a lot of rumblings lately about this Tournament of Champions that's happening here in the Coliseum in a few weeks' time. We were curious, my friend and I here, about what this sort of championship entails of and the feats of which are measured here.
oh, of course. Well, the Tournament of Champions encompasses all forms of combat and skill. We have everything that ranges from marksmanship to swordplay to survival, acrobatics, athletics, combat in terms of solo or team-based operations. To determine who's the best of the best, essentially. We have people coming in from all across the land, from Lapis Laplace across the sea, down in Haystop, up in Crowncroft, and Rocky Top.
I see. So there's a litany of ways that one can enter and participate. How does one sign up? And if in the event that we are, of course, wanting to participate, is there a deadline?
Deadline is usually about a week away, week before the tourney starts. As far as entering, anybody can enter as long as you either pay the application fee or have someone vouch for you.
Sponsor of sorts, okay.
Mm.
And when you say anyone vouch for you, I would imagine I can't just walk up here and put my name down and say I vouch for this man right here, and I point to Seville. Are we talking some sort of formal in a way of importance, or is it genuinely I could walk up, say I'm paying for me and him?
Oh, well, it would have to be a signed writ that denotes a level of not so much nobility, but class. A chaperone in the city, the chaperones of Marchant's District, the Arcana Quarter, the Gilded Grove, even a sovereign could employ you and say you are fit to combat, fit to participate. Or if you are from a far-off land, basically someone of a high status in those lands can also vouch for you, or anybody who is a previous champion here can vouch for you.
Let's see. May I ask then, just out of pure curiosity, has there ever been anybody with the last name Bloodstone who's been a champion of this particular event?
Bloodstone as a champion, I've only been here for a few years, but the records show that, from the records I've seen, we haven't had a Bloodstone champion, no.
Would their name be worth the status to be allowed to sign a writ to get people into the tournament? If you know who they are.
You want to see. I'm going to have her roll a history check.
Be civilized or a peasant?
Bloodstone family, now think about it. That's a prominent family in Crowncroft. I mean, that'd be something you have to take up with the Adamant. If they okay such an option, then that'd be great, but otherwise you would have to get... because the Bloodstone is a family name, not a person name.
I see. So we're talking more on an individual basis. So if, say, the matriarch of that family gave a writ, or maybe perhaps to do something more colloquially, the Diamond Gregorio.
I mean, if you have a writ from one of the museum, one of sovereignty, then that would definitely guarantee you access to the tournament.
And how much is the entry fee?
For solo entrance, see here, for each person. Now, granted, this is just so you know, when you sign up, you are able to apply to any of the competitions, as many as you like, as long as they are not overlapping in times. But each applicant must pay a fee of 500 gold pieces.
I see. Thank you very much. You have been a wonderful help, and you might be seeing our faces here in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, well, fantastic. I'm hoping to see some new faces here.
I'm going to turn around, walk away, and then slap Seville on the back. We're going to need a fucking writ.
What, the Bloodstones don't feel the need to shell out that kind of gold just for this kind of idle entertainment?
Well, she says my name alone isn't enough to get me in, and quite frankly, unless Gregorio himself says that proving myself in the Colosseum is a part of his need to do business with us, then no at the moment. But I do hope to potentially use this as an opportunity to play to his more adventurous sense, and say that he can, if he hasn't ever, get his name listed as the sponsor of a future champion of these games.
You could.
In which he will either pay the fee, or I will see that the matriarch of our family is very aware that it is necessary for the mission.
Necessary for the mission, and you could spin it as a free advertisement.
Very much so. Seeing as how there has been no Bloodstone champion in the past, not only will this, of course, as you say, be advertisement with the mission, but will certainly
Help the family.
increase my... yes, in particular, increase my standings within it. So, no, there are many things to gain from this. Reginald has sent us down quite the opportune path, though we do have 3 weeks, so there might be a bit of I'm certain more than enough things we can get into and hopefully figure out with your investigation long before then.
Indeed. And given our efficiency of working towards these goals, I think that 3 weeks is ample time for us. After all, we didn't complete them all, but we did make some very good progress back in the last village.
And that is certainly something to think about. If we are out of ideas or don't have something to do, there is quite the large Wayfarers Guild here. We could certainly start looking for jobs to potentially lead us into something to either keep us from having idle hands or potentially further your all's goals in the meantime.
Absolutely.
With that, I imagine we eventually bump into Lesterborn and Reginald.
Yep.
Of which I will then tell him, so, tournament sounds pretty great, actually. There is a litany of various combat and skilled-based events, everything from solo events to team-based ones, should we be so inclined. The only issue is that for a single individual to enter, it is 500 gold. So,
All right, when do we sign up?
You have 500 gold.
have you
I'm
been
assuming
holding
Miss
out on
Bloodstone
us?
has the money.
No.
Have you seen her luggage?
I mean, of course, I brought this from home.
You could probably sell that one suitcase and get enough gold.
I will not be doing that. We will instead be going the alternative route, which is you can get sponsored to be in with a writ of someone, a particular individual of either high government standing, or in particular, if we think about the area we're currently in, such as maybe the Arcana Quarter or the Sovereignty, we can get in. I could, of course, reach back home to see if they would be willing to shell out that money, but I don't know if they'd be so keen to do it for every individual here.
Well,
There'd
we
be a
are
lot
set
to gain.
We're set to speak to the Diamond, correct?
I am set to speak to the Diamond, yes, with your role's assistance, and I would love to parlay this into potentially offering him sponsors, fighters that he can sponsor, as well as, of course, loftily overpromising the potential of him having such numerous champions to put his name besides here. So, seeing as he is the adventurous type, I think he might be up for it as part of business, but that is 3 weeks' time, and as Seville did so wonderfully remind me, we are the Locomotivators, and there is a Wayfarers Guild here, so should we not have anything to do in regards to furthering potential goals now, as mine are definitely on a bit of a time constraint, we could certainly go and find ourselves some work.
Yes, I suppose you're right. We'll go and find some work at the Wayfarers Guild, and then when I talk to the Diamond later and bring you all along, we'll convince him to sponsor us, and then whatever you need to discuss with him, you can discuss as well.
You do realize that you're only going there because I have been given an invitation and not you.
Last I was made aware, I was invited by someone who was quite drunk.
And I can rescind that if you're thinking of overstepping.
I want to give her the same noogie I gave Lesty.
I will not let him. As soon as he gets close, I am pushing my arms out.
Hey, can I really take
away.
an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, can I take an attack of opportunity?
He's not leaving your range of attack, so no, you cannot take attack opportunity. But you can take the dodge action to avoid his attack.
I will dodge action.
All right. So yeah, if you want to try it, Reginald, you can try to give me attack, and Aurelia, give me a. It'll be
Just a normal unarmed strike.
Give me a unarmed strike at disadvantage because she's taking the dodge action.
This is incredible.
Oh. All right. Well, I already. Yeah. So that's an 8.
8. Does not hit her AC, so you just definitely dodge his attempt to noogie you.
I gracefully do a bit of a whoop. Yes.
Someone's feeling quite locomotivated today.
I very much am. Which, speaking of, we should go and find ourselves something to keep us busy, unless there is some sort of lead that you have that we can properly get into there, Leslie.
Westwards would think for a moment before shaking his head. No, I could not find any linkage to them either.
Well,
not wishing to say
I'm
anything.
sure there is some sort of trouble about the city that they're related to that the Wayfarers Guild we would certainly potentially stumble upon. So,
Do not worry. I have no plans to stop there just yet.
Our best lead so far that I've heard is down in Port Devar, but I do not know how far travel that is. If we could make it before your meeting and make it back in time.
that would be difficult. Where would we, DM, where would we have to go in order to figure out
The Adventure
travel
Wayfarers
arrangement?
Guild.
I'm sorry.
Is it the Wayfarers Guild?
We'd probably have someone in there that knows distances.
Like a map.
Okay.
Because that's really all you
Like
need is
a
a
map.
map.
You could look at getting a map.
Mhm.
All right, well, we'll go to the Wayfarers Guild and get a map
Okay.
and look for work.
All right, you go to the Wayfarers Guilds.
Let's fucking go.
All right.
Is
So
there a sweet, sleepy wife behind the
there
counter
is
there?
not. There is a
Oh.
at this point in the day.
There's Dave.
I do love Dave. Okay.
Yeah, sure, it's Dave.
Hell yeah.
You see a squat dwarven man, spectacled, and sitting behind a desk, drinking. It looks like a cup of coffee, and he looks up like, yes, can I help you?
Yes, our group just arrived yesterday. We are in the registry under the Locomotivators, and we would. Yes, we did do that. I was looking to potentially find us some work to do if there are any jobs available, as well as a map. We were thinking of getting to what's the port called?
Port Devar.
Avari.
Port Avare, but we were just, trying to kind of schedule our time out. So, if the map could be produced for us, and if coin be exchanged, that's totally fine. And then whatever work you have available at the moment.
Oh, sure. A map is worth 5 silver pieces.
I'll hand him 5 silver.
All right, and let me go ahead and need to open edit. All players. Save.
Yay, we finally have a map.
You have a map of Western Dine, which I don't know.
So can we basically use this to
measure?
like ask you measure an idea of time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
That's
cool.
usually what it is in D&D, where you'd get a physical map and you get to actually measure it, but obviously we're on the computer kind of thing.
Something like this. So I can actually pull up for whoever's watching. All right.
And we definitely will not be able to make it all the way down and back.
Oh no.
Yeah, we will. Just run.
The one thing you didn't notice is that there is no train heading south. You would have to travel to the south via cart and horse, essentially.
Okay. I don't know which would be faster. Probably the boat, but
Which would be more inconspicuous than sheep, though.
Probably a boat.
Still
well, depending on what this bulwark is, that looks kind of ominous.
As you look, are you seeing this in front of the dwarven man as you look at the map?
Oh no! I was
No,
thinking
no,
about
I'm
it
talking
earlier,
to them.
All right.
Is there a way to reopen the map? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Sorry.
I guess then here it comes. So, DM, which is faster if we were to take a boat from Jailer's Lock to Port Avare, or for us to go by cart and horse?
See, out of Jailer's Lock,
Also, then we need to think about which one saves us the most money.
let's see.
But general time.
I mean, by land looks like a direct access. It just depends on what's there, I guess.
Yeah, but getting a horse, buggy, and feed for the horses is going to cost more than getting to go a passage on a boat that might already be heading in the direction.
Horses aren't
very
that
possible.
pricey to rent.
We'll see.
I
So
mean-
time frame though.
Time frame though, at the very least, you know that it took a week to travel by train from Knott's Mead to Tyrstrove, which is fairly fast. With this distance, it would probably take you about a week and a half to get to Portavare via cart and horse.
Week and a half, and
About a week
then
and a half
by
via
boat.
cart. By boat, you have to see if there's a boat available that's traveling down to Portavare from the Jailer's Lock.
Yeah, we'll have to go to the port and speak to people for that, just because
Yeah.
boats would have multiple stops and stuff too.
Yeah, there's the potential that they might end up needing to stop at like Mur's Rest there, or Dine's Eye. So yeah, there could be a handful of places they'd end up stopping on the way to Portavare. So okay, so a week and a half. Definitely can't do.
You can miss the meeting, correct?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Can
I
you delay
do
it by
apologize.
a week and a half?
No, it will be 3 weeks actually.
3 weeks? I'm gonna miss the tournament.
Week and a half there, week and a half back.
I can't miss the tournament.
I
Oh,
would.
that's right,
Well, we would already miss the tournament because I have to at least be here for for the next today and 2 more to make it to my meeting with the Diamond. And then if it does take about a week and a half to get there and back, we would have already missed the tournament. So we're going to have to pick and choose our priorities here. But the
You
only
could
thing
speak
coming
with
up.
someone at the dock, as you had said, at least gauge price and time, at the very least.
Correct.
Before
If-
we do that, I do believe it is in Miss Aurelia's best interest, as well as all of ours, to look at the jobs they have posted here. Perhaps
Yeah.
bolster our reputation prior to the meeting to give us some more leeway.
Agreed. To which, Dave, what work is available?
Oh, you can take a look at the job board that's right over there. He points to a small board off to the side, which has quite a few bills posted. Way more
Okay.
than it was at Knotsmead.
Oh Lord! Well, let's find out how many of them the DM has thought out. I
are
go
going to
look
take
at the
them all.
job.
I want to read
Oh,
every
God, no.
single one.
All right,
take
I'll,
the lot.
I'll read every single one for you. I don't care.
Do you
Let's
actually have
fucking
every
go. He
single
did
one
it.
written
Let's
down?
go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. He
Holy
actually made a bunch.
heck.
Let's
Okay,
go.
so
All right.
okay, so we'll start with some of the basic ones.
Write this shit down.
Okay, so where is it? There are several different types on the board. You recognize some of them as a investigation and a hunt. Then you see three different types here. You see delivery, defense, and assistance and instruction.
So delivery, defense, and instruction.
Assistance and
Then-
instruction.
Oh, assistance.
And that's all the basic ones, or is that like all of them summed up?
That's
kind
the
of
3 types.
Well, there's like
Um,
so you already had the investigation and hunts whenever you're back in Knotsmead, and then here's
Yeah.
something you haven't seen, which is delivery, instruction, assistance, and defense.
Are there
Oh my God.
any keywords that stick out to me after glazing them over?
There is actually one that does stick out to you. Actually, two. One is defense, drive off the kobolds, and the other one is investigation, the masked scoundrels.
I cock an
You-
eyebrow at the kobolds investigation and lean over to Lesty and mention, "It does appear that kobold activity is taking a concerning uptick. It might be within our best interest at the moment to investigate this and see if there is any connection to both the train and Nodsmead."
I'm walking up and ripping down the masked scoundrels one.
The investigation of the masked scoundrels. The requester is the Iron, pay out by the Iron. The reward is 150
Iron, you weirdo.
gold pieces, 400 gold pieces if there's an apprehension. Requirements.
Oh.
There have been a string of bizarre men in masks breaking into homes, but never stealing or other crimes are committed, other than a B&E. Please chase them down to their nest, or better yet, capture one alive to be questioned. So if you're able to track
Capture
them
or
down,
find
it's
location.
150 gold. If you manage to capture one of them, it's 400 gold pieces.
Is
Wait a
there
minute, 400 gold ahead?
No, 400 gold if you apprehend one of them.
Yeah, no, apprehend multiple of them.
It doesn't say.
What
Yes,
if we
yes, there-
miss?
it doesn't say. Okay.
Doesn't say. Okay, who is offering this one? Who put this one forward?
The Iron. Which
The Iron.
You weirdo.
Are there any offered by the Diamond?
Yes,
see.
that's another important one. Do you have any
There-
drops? Because I'm
let me check
grabbing
my
them.
notes. 1, 2. there are 2 that are requested by the diamond, or not just requested by the diamond, but the payout is by the diamond.
What?
So he's funding the chart.
Okay.
The first is investigation, synchronized swarms of rats. The requester is the chaperone of the merchant's quarter, payout by the diamond. Reward being 150 gold pieces. Requirements: a string of robberies are being performed by swarms of rats and has been plaguing the merchant's quarter for some time. Please track these rats and see where they're taking their spoils.
Rat.
Okay.
And the
other one by diamond.
The other one is a hunt for a bizarre displacer beast, requested by the farmers of Tyrstrove. Payout by the
Doing
diamond.
the hunt.
No, we're gonna die. We will die if we fight that.
That is a displacer beast. We're gonna wait on that one.
The reward,
we will wait on that one. We're waiting on that one.
The reward is 500 gold pieces.
Okay.
Requirements: hunt down the bizarre beast, put it down, and bring it to the city to be harvested and studied. It's been shown to have illusory powers and a powerful lightning breath.
Hear me out.
I'm literally like, I imagine he started reaching for it, and then I just grabbed his wrist, like, what are you thinking?
And now I'm doing like the full. I'm in front of the board doing the full Pepe Sylvia. Listen, hear me out here.
I slap him.
We're doing the hunt, but we don't have to do it alone. I know of a bar where there are tons of hunters, and we can split the prize amongst everyone there.
How about we...
we look for something a bit more reasonable at the moment.
We want to get rapport with the diamond. This is how we do it.
And we can. May I make a roll to see how much I know about displacer beasts?
Sure. Go ahead and
I assume I've probably seen them as part of training.
Probably. I was thinking you can roll this. Roll a nature or arcana check with advantage.
Okay. We like a good 14.
14?
Can I roll animal handling to try to help her out?
No, she already has advantage, but if you want to make a nature or arcana check, you can as well.
Okay. Nature or arcana.
Yeah.
Basically me gauging whether or not this is smart for us to take on.
I would like to also make a nature check.
Alright. Just fuck this. I'm typing my rolls out now.
Yeah, Reggie, if you want to give me a nature or arcana?
Can I do a survival?
No. Survival's more about like securing a path in the wilderness. This is more about understanding the mechanics of what a displacer beast is and does. A 7. Okay. Last chance for any rolls.
We can win.
Westerborn's is he doesn't even know that he picked up the thing. He is interested in the cobalt thing, so he does not know.
Okay. With a 1, no clue. 7, they're big cat creatures. Really with a 14 in nature, they are a bizarre 6-legged beast that has the capacity to create illusions. Illusions of itself, namely. Makes it hard to discern which one's real. But one thing you do know about displacer beasts is that they normally do not have any kind of breath attack. That's different.
So, in the reason why, and Reginald, please don't think I'm doubting your potential ability as a huntsman. I'm just saying for the sake of what we're trying to deal with here, there are ways that we can handle getting favor with the diamond and the city. And I do thank you again for your very earnest and the gumption you're putting forward towards my task here. But if my training has taught me anything about handling the more supernatural of beasts, as I was grown to, and I've seen a displacer beast before, at least in my training, there is no record of them having any form of breath attack like this lightning that's being spoken about. So this is far more bizarre than just average what would be basically illusionary big cat. Something has been done to this, and don't get me wrong, I'm quite keen to eventually tackle this job, but I would much rather focus on the safety of us getting through the 3 days before we go and handle something like this, and then potentially, once I have spoken to the diamond, we have spoken to the diamond, he can give us a bit more in terms of what exactly is going on with this. But
Miss
speaking
Bloodstone,
on,
I understand your caution, but please, just think it over. If it's not just us, say we had another 10 hunters aboard, I think we would stand a real shot.
While they're having this discussion, can I look at the kobold one a little bit more closely and see if there's any description of the actual kobolds or
Yeah.
anything?
Sure.
let's see this kobold
Imagine
one.
Leslie is also looking at this. So,
Mhm.
defense, drive over the kobolds. Requester is the city of Tyrstrove. Payout, requester, which is basically city of Tyrstrove. The reward is 35 gold pieces per kobold and 100 gold pieces for their beast. Requirements: the outskirts of the city has been harassed by hit-and-run kobold attacks. Most recently, they have implemented a large beast into their attacks. Please remove this nuisance.
Is it a displacer beast?
Yeah, is there any talk of what it is?
No, it just
What the
mentions a large
nuisance is.
beast.
We might be able to ask the person who assigned this, though, or
Which
who
would,
we turn this in accepting from.
but it's the city, so
It would be a
hopefully they have
city
somebody we
official?
can-
That's what I mean.
Yes,
That's yeah, city official. Sorry.
I am curious about this mass scoundrels thing, and I wouldn't mind at least tackling the rats for the moment, as I can't imagine that's too out of the question. Plus, keeps us here within the city. I'm specifically for this rats job, as it would get us favor with the diamond without putting us or others in too great a harm. But we do have some business previously with the kobolds, so depending on what we can learn about what they have employed, which I will find it very humorous if these two are the same, and I just point to where it says beast and displacer beast. But of course, there should be more of a decision for the group as opposed to just me taking charge. So, I guess well, Leslie, what would you prefer to do?
All three, if we can. I prefer these two. He'd motion to the kobold and the mask one. However, I know you'd have need for this one, and he'd motion to the rat one. And Reggie has interest in this one. However, it does sound quite dangerous. Motioning to the displacer beast one.
Well, let's see. Do we have due dates for these?
There are no due dates on the ones you've been looking at so far.
Okay. Seville, your
Yes.
opinion?
I will admit I'm a bit fixated on the notion of kobolds recently. Oh, the displacer beast at the moment probably would be outside of our wheelhouse regardless of what else we acquire. Well, it wouldn't necessarily be a prudent use of our time. It might be an intelligent decision for all of us to follow up with the request makers of each of these.
Agreed.
Seems as though there may be a possibility of connection between them that we cannot see.
This is true. Reginald, I presume you're mostly interested in the displacer beast.
What if I get Engelbert?
You do not mean that.
Also, we don't even know it. Also, we.
measures, Lesty.
I'm going
I
to
would
be
prefer-
honest.
I'm going. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, Engelbert seems like a nice fellow, Reggie. I don't see an issue with that. But if this is part of a scheme of yours, in order
Get him
to
killed.
inadvertently get him injured, I will have to enforce upon that.
I was going to say,
Devil.
I hope the
I'm
plan
not
isn't
so
to bring him to
cold
use
a
him as a
man.
shield.
I am not so cold a man. The hunt comes first.
Didn't you pay to have the bartenders?
can I roll insight on him?
Is this true,
I mean, yeah, if
Reggie?
you want, you can roll insight. Reggie, make sure to set to roll to me, and roll me either persuasion or deception.
How do I do that? Can I just?
I think it's
I'll
like
just
talk to
roll on
DM.
a-
I think maybe I'm not sure.
Oh,
Oh
wait
yeah.
a minute.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
There's whisper rolls. If you click the B button in the bottom right. Oh, but you can set it to always whisper or ask every time. It's set to never whisper by default, but I'm guessing that's it.
Yeah.
I like this. The idea that
Chris doing that
Can
just
roll
now makes
straight
me
to
want
Chris.
that in Valm. I will admit, by the way. The
yeah.
results
I know
being
that,
hidden. I like that.
Feature.
That's so cool.
Another feature
It'll
of
be
Roll
in
20 is
there.
another aspect that might break.
Okay, Seville, you get the feeling that he's telling the truth. He just wants. He needs not he needs Ingvar. He is thinking about asking Engelbert because he would be a boon to the hunt, and he does care about the hunt more than killing Engelbert.
I just narrow my eyes.
Well then, how about this? At the very least, it sounds, at the most, there is at least a shared majority interest in the kobolds. And at least
I would like to
Reginald.
interrupt you here real quickly, Miss Ori. You guys don't want to do the hunt, that's fine. But I believe we should prioritize the diamond payouts, because that is the person we're trying to build influence with. The masked scoundrels and the kobolds can wait. The rats must come first.
As I was going to say, that yes, the diamond, I think, and the kobolds should come first. Specifically, we only have 3 days for the diamond, so the sooner we can at least get something with him, the better. But I will then take all 4. We will at least let the Wayfarers Guild know we do intend to handle all 4.
You picked off 4.
I will go up to Dave and hand him in.
Okay. He will take note, and he'll mark down that you have accepted this quest. And then he'll put the bills back up on the board to note that it's basically an open policy for these ones.
Oh,
so
I guess it's in probably a bigger place too.
Because it's a bigger place.
And we might die.
And you might die. You might not make it in time. Someone might come in and take the quest. Although you will be notified if someone has already completed the quest.
Okay.
Now, do you want to take a
One
look at any
moment
other?
before we continue, I want to go and pen a letter. As Engelbert told me where he was hunting, and I want to write him telling that there's a displacement beast hunt that I would love his assistance on.
Okay.
And yeah, send it out.
Sure thing. It'll be 5 cover pieces.
I'll pay it.
Okay. Now I grabbed up 4 of the jobs.
I won't pay it. Now send my letter.
Are you like any other jobs on there, or are you guys good for the job list you have?
It should be good for the list we have.
I think this is a good start.
Okay.
Is there a way we can speak to our the ones giving this ahead of time, Dave?
Oh, if you want, I can give you the address. You can go talk to them and get some information. Which ones do you need information for?
We're thinking of handling this one here first, and I just point to the one with the rats.
Or this one.
And he quickly put motion to the kobolds.
Okay.
Please allow me to give my argument later on why we might have to do this first.
Alright.
He'd say to the party.
He notes down the address for the chaperone of the merchant square for the rat job. And for the drive up the kobolds, he'll point you in the direction of the city hall. That is, well, one of the city districts, I should say. Let's see here. Which building was it? I erased all the big buildings. Let's these one back here. Yeah. So, city hall, which for where you want to go to talk about the kobolds, is over here.
Where's here? I gotta zoom my map out. Sorry. Okay, thank you.
Yep. And then for the swarm of rats, the chaperone, is up here near the front gates to the Merchant's Quarter.
Right then.
Oh, I was looking at the Trader's Reach. Whoops.
Thank you very much. And with that, Lestborn, would you then like to speak and get the details on this kobold quest? And I can go and talk about head to our position for the rats. That way we can have a little more information prior to your argument, or did you have something you wanted to discuss now?
There is no rush on it. Sebo, will you join me?
Absolutely, Lesty.
Westerborns gives a smile and a nod of his head.
Does he smile?
Westerborns?
Right.
Yeah, he smiles.
Oh,
You
this
just haven't
face.
seen it.
Okay.
Remember, he doesn't actually smile. His smiling is his gears on, like, the cheeks start turning.
Oh, right.
That's always how he's shown happy.
Okay.
Okay, so Aurelia's heading to the northern area to talk to the chaperone, and Lesty and Silva are going down to the city hall to speak about the kobold tax.
Kobold tax.
Reggie, what are you doing?
I will also inquire about the rats.
Okay, so Aurelia and Reggie are heading north. Lesty and Silva down southeast. All right, who are we gonna start with? Let's roll D4. Oh.
Really realizing that means Reggie's going with her. Ugh.
We're starting...
He's gonna give you a noogie. Just you wait.
I'm going to dodge action every time.
Alright, Leslie and Seville, we're starting with you guys heading towards the city hall.
As they're walking, I actually wanted to talk with Seville before they got there, just along the path.
Sure.
Seville, I think you were correct with your opinion. I believe that these kobold attacks are clearly linked. And hopefully this will truly give us this lead we need with the Golden Hand or the Tarnished Fist. I feel a part of me is inching closer to the fact that somehow they are also involved with the kobolds. However, it is only just an itch.
Well, as an investigator, it's, well inside of your wheelhouse, as it were, for you to follow those hunches.
Give a nod of his head. Do you think that I worry that the more time that passes, we get more and more over our heads in this? If this proves to be true, their influence reaches multiple cities, and I guess we already knew part of that, but the reality of it is more intimidating than the prospect. Either way, I guess this is all to say I am glad to have you at my side. I have always been alone in investigations, and I don't know. This is an odd feeling, and it's a good feeling.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. And as I would say, ever since the destruction of my order, it is nice to have found a friend that seeks justice in this. Hopefully, and as to the size of it, I want you to know of my own conviction. There is absolutely no size, no organization that will...
Trying to think of the right word.
that will deter me from seeking justice for them.
Westerborns would actually lift up his arm. I know you cannot tell, but I swear that gave me goosebumps. I'm glad to have such a force of nature to my side. I believe that right there is the city hall, pointing at the building as they approach.
Oh, then let's have at it.
I'd also like to point out that force of nature can't roll anything other than a 1.
Yeah, true. But boy, when he doesn't roll a 1, get ready. It's like One Punch Man.
Alright, you guys make it to the city hall. Entering inside is very well lit. Very finely made wood floors and wood walls. It seems to be a single story, very modest in its appearance. You see at the far end, you see a long wooden desk with a drow male sitting behind it. And he seems to be typing on a little machine as he looks up at you all and goes, "Oh, can I help you?"
Westerborns would... Oh yeah, he took the... did he give us any kind of proof that we've taken the job, like last time?
I'll say yeah. In order to show that you've officially taken it, yeah. I'll say he gives you like a little slip that shows like you're on the job.
Westerborns would offer it forward, but he doesn't speak. He only just slides it forward, trying to keep his face a bit hidden.
We have recently accepted an offer that your office placed with the Wayfarers Guild, and we are just here to follow up on that.
Oh, let me see here. Ah, yes, the kobolds. Yeah, I can help you. I can assist you with that. What questions do you have?
To start, do you have the basics to begin? Westerborns, if at all possible, like if I need to roll for it, it's fine for any kind of like stealth check, I guess. But he'd speak with his face averted, like hidden in the cloak.
Sure.
Do you have a general direction that we can head for this, or I guess the basics of info that we did not get from this listing?
Let me see here. He pulls out. He reaches out into the side, pulls out a little small container, has a bit of parchment in it. And he folds through a bit, and he's here. According to reports, they're the kobolds. I was a double check my notes for it. Here it is. The group was it was only a small contingent. It was about 3 or 4 kobolds, but the beast that was with them was quite the monster.
Do you have any descriptors of the beast?
Let's see here. It was at night, so it was kind of hard to see, but it was a big, like a large creature, had wings and a gnarly face, like a lion head almost, but it was but
oh
more,
my god,
more
we're gonna
mad.
freaking have to fight a stinky chimera?
In before Engelbert's already killed it.
Oh my god.
That would be really funny.
Well, he says it
Oh
like
my
it's
God.
lion, but then he's like, but it has like the face of a man, and it has the
Oh, a manticore maybe. Oh, we gotta.
Manticore.
We'll see.
Okay.
and along
DM,
tail,
I have a. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
yeah, long tail, claws. Basically, it was like a big cat with wings and a man face.
Could I make 2 checks here, real quick?
What kind of checks are you looking at?
One is, do I recognize this creature and character? And the second would be the question he would plan to ask next, which is, would I know if kobolds have different colored scales based on region?
So go ahead and roll me nature check.
One of my lower stats. Almost a 19. 10.
10. There's a lot of monsters that fit that criteria.
Wait, could I have any form of advantage with this because I had just read Reggie's Monsterpedia the night before?
And I also...
Or I guess if Seville recognizes or wants to think as well, either way.
Yeah.
I will say, like, Seville, you can still get a roll. Let me...
What do you want me to roll?
If
nature
no
check.
one advantage, it's fine.
God damn it.
Let me see here. I'm gonna...
1. 4.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Force of nature, alright.
This-
Get it? A
this-
4 of
This
nature.
feels personal between me and fucking Beyond 20, I swear to God.
It is personal.
I'll say, with what you read in the book, that Reggie gave you, there's no mention of a beast like that. A lot of his stuff has been very much like a game beast, like a lion, panther, crocodiles, like basically like
But no lion with a man's face
and wings. No, nothing like that in there.
Westwards would look to Seville. I do not recognize the beast, but Reggie may, though it was not in his journal from what I had read the night before. Or the past few nights, I should say. Wait, no, night before. Night before was correct.
Night before,
right? And then the cobalt scale thing.
Oh, the cobalt scale. Well, let's see. Roll. You know what? Trying to think. Go ahead and roll me another nature check.
Oh, it was almost a 14. 7.
A 7? Kobolds are usually colored scales like dragons, so I mean, they might have different colors, but I mean, you've only encountered kobolds a few times. They've all been like orangish red.
Alright, Westborns would still ask the question, but he won't be able to put together the answer. Were there any descriptors of the kobolds themselves? Scale colors, clothing, anything of the like?
Standard fare kobold, orangish red. They seem to be makeshift armor. They rode in on a strange contraption, but it exploded, so they kind of run off.
Where is this exploded strange contraption, if you don't mind me asking?
It's by the North Farm over there. It's about like a 2-hour walk. You get there in about 20 minutes on horseback.
Westerborns would look to Seville once more. I believe that is where we should start, and that is where we may figure out if there's a connection.
Yes.
Do you have any questions you wish to ask? I believe I am set.
Completely out of character. You asked pretty much most of the questions that I was thinking of, and I am too frazzled from, once again, not being able to roll above, like, a 5 to really think of it.
I guess real quick, one more time, DM, exactly, like, what is the listing for? We're supposed to go find these kobolds, kill them, and the beast, correct?
Yes. 35 gold pieces per kobold, and 100 gold pieces for the beast.
Okay, cool. And I guess I should ask one last question before we depart. Have there been any others who have picked up this task that you know of?
If there has been, they have not come by here to ask questions.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Oh, no problem.
And Lestaborns will, even though it's part of, like, their listing kind of thing, he'll just place a single gold piece on the counter. I appreciate it. I know this is, I guess, just helping yourself in a way of us asking these questions, but I truly appreciate your honesty.
Oh, he takes the gold coin like, no problem at all. He puts it in a little, his like top pocket.
All right. If any more information comes, we are at the bunny. What is it? The
Lucky
something
Rabbit.
Lucky at the Lucky Rabbit. Please just ask for Lesty, or in the name of, if anything crucial comes forth.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you again for taking the job.
Me to give a nod of his head and look to Seville to see if he's ready,
I give him a nod as well.
and they'd head out.
Cutting back over to the north side, to the Chaperone station. We have Aurelia and Reggie.
Once again, Miss Bloodstone, I must apologize for my actions earlier. I was caught in the moment.
Fine. Let's just learn what we can, and then get back and see if what we can do for the diamond overweighs Lesty's incredible curiosity for figuring out the mystery of what the kobolds are doing.
Honestly,
Quite
kobolds do
frank-
kobold stuff. I don't really get the appeal to it, but I'm here for them.
To be fair, they did mention a great beast being employed by the kobolds, so I figured that would have had you cock an
This
eyebrow
nicer
more.
beast.
Yes, but this one's a mystery beast.
Right, but it could just be a really big dog.
It could be a very big dog, in which case I would ask that you tame said big dog so we can have the big dog.
It's fine. If it's a big dog, we'll tame it.
Good. I will. We head off to where the chaperone is.
Sure thing. You approach the building. It's a very modest building. One floor. On the outside has a big sign that just says the heart of Tyrstrove. As you enter, it is dimly lit. One guy behind a counter, and there's like a group of people off on the side sitting at a little table. But as you enter, you see the man behind the counter. You see a tiefling man, a bit older, with a bit of like a goatee. He looks at you all and goes, yes, can I help you?
Yes. My name is Aurelia Bloodstone.
We're here about the rats.
I'm sorry?
The rats.
The rats. We don't have rats here.
Questa, let's go turn this in.
Wait, sorry, quest?
I'm going to walk up with the proof that we took the quest. We are here in regards a quest that was submitted to the Wayfarers Guild involving rats causing some form of thievery across the city, and we were looking if you had any additional information that could help us potentially track down this rodent problem.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see. I was nearby when one of the heists occurred. Yeah, there was a small jewelry store down a few blocks, and all of a sudden there was a bunch of screaming coming from inside, and they jumped through the glass. They broke through the glass, and each of them were carrying something in their mouth. Some were carrying pearl necklaces, others were carrying little brooches and scarves and all that. It was just a ragtag group of rats.
Has there been any? How long has this been going on?
Started a few days ago. They've hit about 4 or 5 stores.
Is there any?
This might seem like a strange question, but was there any flute music you heard during the rat's attack?
Actually, yeah, there was a little bit of. I thought it was a bar down the corner. You know, sometimes we get a few bars here and there making money on the side, and they play on the streets. But now that you mention it, yeah, there was a bit of a flute playing when the rats were heisting.
I just kind of look balked at fucking Reggie over this.
I've heard tale of a piper who can control rats with his flute.
It didn't.
Huh.
I mean,
Well, has there
sense.
been any similarity between the locations that have been attacked recently?
He pulls out a small he takes out a piece of parchment and draws a little a rough sketch of the merchant's quarter. And he's like, what are the main streets here? The jewelry shop that was heisted, the one I was near, was over here, and near the center. And then the other one was down over here, and then over there. And the last one was over here. So it kind of seems to be centralized in the middle of Merchant's Quarter.
Are they all jewelry stores?
About 2 or 3 of them were. Another one was reagents. It was like a apothecary. They nabbed some satchels of dust and herbs and stuff.
I see. Anything else you can think of to ask, Mr. Raji?
About how many rats are we talking here?
It was a swarm of rats, so it was at least it was 15 to 20 rats, something like that.
Was there a larger rat that may have been a leader, or did they seem to be around the same size?
Yeah, it was very fast, but I don't remember any of them being. I don't remember seeing one going holy shit, that's a big rat. So I imagine they were all pretty much the same size.
Oh shit, a rat.
Oh shit, a rat!
A rat!
Oh, thank you for your time. I believe we have all the information we need.
Oh, sure.
It seems we're about to go hunting for a bard.
Well,
Yes,
good luck.
Potentially.
Good luck with that. Make sure you get them.
You have... never mind. And I'll walk off.
Oh,
What was that, Miss
I thought that was my internet.
We
I
sh-
forgot that I don't
yeah.
have that internet anymore.
oh, did Bib's internet explode?
Aurelia had a brain aneurysm. Well, since we're in this downtime, I would like to try to look to see the most central location of the places that were hit.
Sure. Let's see here. Yeah, there. Oh. Oh, sorry, I'm choking.
Hello?
Hello.
Ah, Miss Bloodstone. You're back.
Hello?
Your aneurysm has repaired itself.
Yeah, I was, how you say, Family Guy death posed on the floor for a moment. I was, going to, we should at the very least, assuming we pick this up first and not the kobolds, we should probably at least go and ask the previous jewelry store if there was any other distinguishing features that they saw.
We should canvass all the locations hit and see if they all heard the flute music as well, because I am confident it's the flautist that's doing this.
How do you know this out of character?
Out of character?
Yeah.
I don't like bards. I suspect them.
Well, there's 4 locations, so if we do take this one on, we can take a shot each, see if there was this flute noise that you seem to believe is the cause.
Trust me, Miss Bloodstone, anytime there's trouble, it's either a druid or a bard.
That's a bit... you're profiling a bit there, I believe?
Indeed.
Okay. Alright. Well, let's meet up with the others.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I'm saying probably discuss where you guys would meet back up.
Yeah,
I
the
would hope
Wayfarers
so.
Guild.
Probably back at the Wayfarers Guild.
All right. Yeah, easy enough. Eventually, you all make it back to Wayfarers Guild, and you all exchange notes, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess to skip the what's the word?
Exposition.
Yeah, cast exposition.
We all cast exposition.
Yeah.
Well then, I imagine we have a bit of a split vote here. There's have a intrinsic fascination with these kobolds, and I would like to work for and get things done for the diamond, as Reggie also seems so keen to do. So then, what is this argument of yours that you had to persuade us to handle the kobold job first?
Well, it is less that we have an interest in the kobolds, and more so what the kobolds represent. Though I will admit that my initial worry has been slightly waned, I would like to put out there, I know our time is limited with the diamond, but I do not wish for someone else to take this job before we have a chance to, I guess, do it ourselves, find out the truth ourselves, as it may possibly relate directly with everything that seems to be happening. However, like I said, we had asked the patron at the city hall, and Piff, stop, 1 sec. Piff has been licking my foot, and it keeps making me snicker a little.
A street cat walks up to the group and starts licking Lester.
Stop! What do you want with my foot? Stop! Okay.
Eat his toe.
And I had asked him if any other groups had taken the job, and he said none that he knew of. So I rescind my importance of this job being done right away. However, my vote still lies with the kobolds.
Civil, any thoughts?
And also, I should clarify real quick out of character. When we cast exposition, we would have mentioned that we believe they are tied with the Golden Fist or Tarnished Hand in some way, possibly. But it's just a hunch, no proof.
My vote is for the kobolds as well, and I would mention, and I give Reginald the description of the beast, and it seems you might get your hunt after all.
It's not a
Do
beast
I
we have heard of.
recognize the beast?
I guess
Yeah.
not.
DM.
Oh, sorry.
Now Chris is dead.
Sorry, no,
Yeah.
I'm not dead. I was looking at something real quick. What was it?
Losing one member at a
Do I
time.
recognize the kobold's beast?
You describe it. Roll me a nature check.
11.
That's a big creature. I mean, could be a lot of things.
Large.
It's
What
definitely not a
really is
big
not
dog.
listed?
I would say that. You know, it's not a big dog. It has wings and a man
Certainly
face.
not a
It
big
has
dog.
wings and a human's face. I assumed it was not a dog. Did you two assume
Well-
it was a dog?
Before we do the details, yes.
That is fair.
Could have
You
just
know
put
how
a
to
dog
punch
at
one
that
at
point.
least.
I do indeed, Leslie.
I'm gonna start calling you Vic.
Oh
Do
no.
you have a
My vote
you
is
have
still on
a-
the rats, but I feel like we're going to have to bring this down to a coin flip.
Well, I would like to clarify. I do not mind doing the rats first now, if need be. I just say my vote is with the kobolds.
do
I feel like the
you
kobolds may take a bit more time. And at least we could start canvassing for the rats tonight and then go off and chase after the kobolds.
This is true. Now, in our particular situation, we would potentially need to interview 4 different shops and discover if there's any similarities between the robberies of the rats that have happened. Specifically,
Sound.
what they. Yes, flute sounds, and specifically if there was anything they noticed that seemed similar between the 4 incidents. Do you
Well, I
all
will
have
say
any
if
lead?
We do need
do you
to
have
do
any-
such investigations. It may be best to focus the rats first, as you wish to do this before we meet with the diamond.
Well, I was thinking we could go and ask the shopkeepers now and then go and pursue the kobolds so we can do some investigation on both fronts and see which one seems like a more feasible task to complete soon.
I guess I do not mind such. We did manage to accomplish quite a bit today.
Agreed. We will divvy up the shops, have everybody interview. We need to ask similar questions so that we can compare. So, of course, we're going to ask about flute sounds, as is
Ask
this
if there was
theory
a
of.
larger rat that seemed to be leading the pack.
Large
It's
rat.
either a bard or a druid.
What if it's neither?
He's,
It's always a bard or a druid, Leslie.
Was it a bard and a druid at the mansion?
We don't know. We never finished that one.
Did we not
it
finish
was
that one out of
certainly-
character?
we did. We just didn't figure out what happened to the kobold.
Gotcha.
It was a necromancer. So, we will ask about flute sounds. We will ask if there was potentially a larger or leader of the pack of rats. We should ask what was taken. And,
The direction the rats went. As it could give us a clue. Even though these streets are winding in a labyrinth of their own, we could maybe get some recollection of direction.
Is there a sewer system?
I would say on the main
have we
street,
seen any sewers?
I would say you've seen on the sides, so there have been like a little gaps, like little holes that lead down to some level of like sewerage. You imagine there for a city like this, it probably had to be some level of sewer system going on.
Rats do typically dwell in sewers just in general, so that might be a good place to check later. But we should definitely look for the direction. Leslie, that is a great call that I forgot to ask the person we interviewed.
That is okay. I guess we should split and try to meet back here by sundown. Or what time is it about, DM, at this point? We left in the morning, but we've been
the
walking
morning.
around a lot.
I would say it's probably close to noon.
Close to noon.
Probably even 11, honestly, because these weren't like, we weren't having to go in different sections of the city. You were literally like 2 roads down. So
Well, we also went to the the Coliseum at one point even.
That's
as well.
true. Yeah, no. So probably about.
That's why I asked,
They'd
yeah.
probably be about 1 o'clock then.
Then as the sun starts to set, when it hits the horizon would be a good time to return back here.
Say just return back after you finished interviewing the 2 shopkeepers. It shouldn't take too long.
Correct.
There are
Just
three
do not lose track of time is what I mean.
jewelry stores. There are 3 jewelry stores and an apothecary. Does anybody have interest in one of going to an apothecary over the jewelry stores?
Apothecary is like a potion place, right?
Potions, herbs, and medicines, stuff like that. Poultices, a lot of chemical stuff.
Yeah.
I
If
do
not,
mind picking the apothecary unless someone else wishes.
I was going to throw my hat in the ring for that, but if you think you're
If
better
you
at
wish,
the
I will
task-
take a jewelry store. It is okay. with
Several
me.
and I can go on our way, and you can go with Lesty.
2 each.
2 each.
Sounds good.
Just in
We
case
will
there's any
do.
details missed by the first one.
Not
So
a
we-
bad idea.
Seville and I will go to 2 of the jewelry stores, and you and Miss Bloodstone will go to 1 jewelry store, 1 apothecary.
It sounds good.
I mark
If
on our
emergency
map where
arises-
we're going.
I will message you with message.
Alright. Message probably won't work because it's more than 100 feet.
We know the general area they went though, so I kind of that I more so didn't mean I would like out of character. I'm saying I'm not saying this in character. I more so mean I wouldn't message out of the apothecary. We'd go in their general direction and then message kind of thing.
Okay, like kind of like a hit scan almost.
Yeah, like because
Okay.
we wouldn't know which one they're at in an emergency kind of thing.
Right. Okay. All right. So, of the buildings, kind of just pick them randomly.
Oh,
but,
I hate to say this suddenly. It's 6:41. Do you mind if we do a break?
Oh.
I have to use the bathroom.
Yeah, absolutely. This would be perfect time to take a break.
If we don't bring it up, he'll never give us one.
Yeah, that's why.
Yep.
I'm
more
really
so
going
mean.
as long as you guys are.
Sorry
so-
to interrupt.
No,
not
it's
bring
fine.
it up. Okay, cool.
No, yeah. If we need to take a moment here, we can take a moment.
All right,
We
I
got
will
it.
be right back.
All right, we're gonna take what was it, 5 minutes?
Sounds good.
All right, I'll set this onto where is my break? Here it is.
can still hear people. It's nice. It actually covers the whole house.
Oh. Right.
There have been a couple of times where I've just been talking to people and hanging out in the kitchen.
That's good though.
It's great.
We are hoping that my oven does not once again set off the fire alarm for opening it.
Oh jeez.
Big.
Mood.
Because it did the very first day I was here.
I'm back.
I just popped the fucking battery out of our smoke detector.
I don't think I can do that here.
You should be able to do that. Are you not able to reach it, or
I can, I just don't know how it's installed, but I might fuck with it later.
because the apartment Sal and I had, he also did it in that one.
Or he did the bag technique. I can't remember.
I did a
did you-
bag in that one, where I just put a bag over it.
Mm-hmm.
How do
'Cause
you
it would
do
otherwise
that?
it
Mine's
would-
on the ceiling.
Tape,
Just tape a bag over it.
you sure, or just
Tuck the bag
Yeah.
in as well. Both
Yeah,
work.
like kind of tie it
Just fuck
around
the
it
bag.
that way. Like, obviously remember to pull it off when you're not cooking, but sometimes it just goes off for no fucking reason when you're making something and it's really fucking annoying. It's like, yes, I know there's going to be some smoke from this. Calm
Yes,
down.
I know. There's a mild amount of heat.
I think the only time
It
it was
is-
really on Sal's is like when he went to bed or whatever. So like whenever he wasn't available to see, kind of thing.
Yeah, I might put like a plastic bag or something over it and just tape it over whenever I'm trying to cook.
So if I make steak here, I'll just walk over, pop the battery out, and be like, alright, I am going to smoke out this floor.
Yep.
Did Pib send you what he just sent me, Bib?
No, he only DMs you.
I will send it to you.
Are we all back and are we all ready to continue?
I haven't heard Rex.
I've been here.
The Rex is back.
Been
And
back,
everybody-
He's
yeah.
back.
Quiet.
You should tell Pibs Sea Smokes that.
It's just, no, I immediately went to Marvel What Ifs and went, what is soap like when she's high?
Oh my god.
Alright. So, we return to Locomotivators as you're all deciding to split up in teams of 2 to search out the nearby shops that have been heisted by swarms of rats. And, what were the pairings again?
Me
Lesty and I.
Aurelia, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Les Runs are really in one group, and then Seville and Reggie in the other group.
Indeed.
Okay. Let's see, who do we start with? Evens and odds. Odds, we start with Seville and Reggie.
All right. So we're going to 2 of the jewelry stores.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Seville, would you rather me take lead on the questioning or you?
Why don't you take lead, oh boy?
We're doing good cop, bad cop?
Sure.
All right. So we just make our way up to the first of the stores,
Sure.
and when we get there, I just want to poke my head and go, "Hello, is the shopkeep here?"
approaching this jewelry shop, you see that one of the windows is boarded up, probably from where the rats jumped through it. Entering and speaking about the storekeeper, shopkeep, you see you see like sitting behind like a small desk, and at least they're kind of like hunched over. You see a small goblin man, and he turns and goes, "Yeah, yes, that's me."
Hi, sir. I understand you've had some run-in with thieves recently.
The damn rats!
The rats indeed.
You heard about that? All right. Well, he spins away from his little working area. Looks at you all. Looks at you two, and he's like, "Whatever I can do to help. What do you want to know?"
We just have a couple of questions. The first being, do you recall the night in which the rats attacked and robbed you?
It wasn't night, I'll tell you that. It was midday. Probably closer
In
this
broad
time.
daylight.
Yeah. They came up, and he points over to a little small section where there's like a little like a vent essentially. He's like, they came in through there, jumped out, and they started nabbing all my valuables, and they just jumped through the fucking window.
They came into the vents.
Yeah.
Now, these might seem like some strange questions coming up, but do you recall hearing any music during the attack?
Music? No, I don't remember hearing any music, but I mean, when I'm tinkering back here, there's a lot of noise going on, so if I did it, I probably didn't hear it. I don't know, though. All I know is I started hearing screams down the front foyer area, and then I come out, and there's a bunch of fucking rats just running about.
Was there any particularly big rat that seemed to be leading the others?
Let me roll a d20 for him, see if he remembers if there was a weird big rat. Okay. No, they all looked the same. I mean, they're different shapes and all that, but none of them were like, holy shit, a rat, big ass rat. They were just a bunch of rats, and they were running around my desk, my countertops. They were biting into my displays and stealing my jewelry.
Did you happen to see the direction they went?
Well, yeah, I mean, they jumped down, they headed, let's see, which shop are you guys at? Let's just roll for that one. 1, so that'd be, this shop up here. Yeah, they ran out and they turned right, and then when I followed them down, they turned left, so they kind of head towards, like, the center. But
Right.
after about a few blocks, I lost sight of them.
Sir. That is wonderful information, sir. Do you have a manifest of anything that was stolen?
Yeah, let me see. He goes around the counter, like digs in through a few like little boxes, and he's like,
I leaned in to Sebel. I gotta get inside that vent.
You know what? I kind of. Fucking hell. I'm gonna look at him and go,
Do you think that he left a midnight snack of cheese out as well?
Well, if I want to think like the rats, I need to act like the rats. So I need to go into the vent and leave through the window.
I'm gonna check my inventory.
So you're going to act like a rat?
I am at least going to look into the vent. The window part was more of a joke.
I reach into my pocket and go through my rations for a second and find a tiny, tiny little piece of cheese, and I hand it to him.
This should do wonders.
Yes, I imagine that it will help with your mindset.
Eventually the goblin man turns back around and he has a little like list written out of what was taken. A lot of it was very light jewelry, like rings and necklaces, stuff like that, brooches. But it's probably like probably because there was about 15. It's probably like 10 or 15 items were taken.
How good are the description of the items?
They were spot on. They're detailed in terms of like gold ring with a red ruby inset, a silver chain necklace, a brooch with a emerald in the shape of a butterfly. Very, very detailed.
This is wonderful, sir. We will definitely be cross-referencing this and seeing if we can find maybe if these have come up anywhere for sale. Perhaps someone is training rats to steal jewelry so they can resell it for money or something. But in the meantime, would you mind if I go and take a look at the vent that the rats entered through? During the downtime, I'm sure my partner here, Seville, would be more than happy to take any more questions and help you out.
Oh, sure. If you think it will help, the vent leads to out on the side of the building. It's a little up on a dumpster, so you have to climb, but and it's pretty narrow, so just be careful.
Will do. Yeah, basically I want to go around to where the vent leads and look for tracks.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a survival check. Seville.
I do not find tracks.
I mean, there's a lot of foot traffic here. It looks like people were investigating, similar to you, looking for where the rats got in, and whatever tracks there may have been here are long gone.
Are there any like pipes or something that it looks like the rats could have easily moved across, or does it look like they climbed up the wall into the vent?
It looks like there is a pipe that leads somewhat close to it. They might have used it as a way to climb up rather than straight up the wall. That's like the only thing, but it doesn't look like there's anything like a straight line or anything. It just looks like they crawled across the ground and got up in there.
All right. That's it for my portion now. So.
All right. Seville, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look at the shopkeeper. So, have you had previous incidents with rodents of this nature before?
I mean, you find a rat every now and then. You know, they always pop up. You know, say as populated as this, but I never, ever seen that shit before. That was crazy.
They're organized.
They're organized. I'm guessing so. They came in here. They immediately went to the valuables and then ran out.
Have you also had problems with crows?
Crows? No. I mean, there's not many crows around
here. Not too many. You'd think that this kind of situation would happen with them instead. Their penchant for shiny things, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually the shiny things are inside the building where they can't get to it.
I mean, that was the problem with the rats, too.
So I thought. Until they fucking gnawed their way into my fucking belongings and stole our shit.
Now, you've given my partner plenty of, information that we can use with this. He is convinced of a bard. Now, I will admit that this whole situation is, quite frankly, ridiculous. As much ridiculous as you seem to think so too, my good sir. Now, is there anyone that might have a grudge against you, out of curiosity?
A grudge against me? I mean, I outsell a lot of the shops around here, but they don't... I mean, it wasn't like it was like a vicious competition or anything, you know? Try to keep prices down, but keep stocks up. I mean, I filched a few customers from other people, but I mean, you know, it's business. It's, you know, I don't know. I mean, they haven't sent me any threats or anything.
I mean, there's threats, my good sir, and then there's taming a rat gang. So
I'll tell you something right now. I don't think I did anything that's rat army worthy, if that's what you're asking.
I guess that is what I'm asking. I never expected to be in this situation. And I'm sure you didn't either.
No.
Now, we are going to take this with utmost seriousness, is contrary to the silliness of the situation that I'm sure that you yourself will admit. Now, I can't think of much else to ask you, so I guess I would say, not often I see a goblin too far from their own. Where do you hail from, my good sir?
I'm up from up north. See, I don't need to get a list of these down. No,
you can move on if you want.
From Gimblebolt. There was a little camp out there. It's hard to make ends meet out there when you're a goblin. Small, green. Who's gonna hire me? Cut away.
I did think of one more thing I wanted to check outside.
Sure.
The vent itself, does it seem like it was broken to get in, or was it lifted in some way?
You know what? It looks like it was like it's like screwed in, but you see those screws are a bit loose. So it looks like it was undone and then opened up.
All right. I'll go back and meet with Seville outside. Or go back to the door outside and kind of wave on to him that we're good to go.
Alright, well, we'll be sure to follow up with you once we know more. It appears my partner has completed his investigation.
Oh, okay.
Good day, sir. And be sure to report any more instances of this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for taking this job.
On the way out, I'm also going to mention to him, if you're looking to capitalize on the situation, I'm sure some publications would be interested in a tale of being robbed by rodents.
If you know somebody...
Not even like mocking him. He's just genuinely flabbergasted at the situation for some reason.
Like he starts to say something and goes, "Jewelry so good, rats love it."
Maybe a better tagline than that.
I'll
let that
outsource
one
it. I'll
marinate
outsource
a little
it,
bit. But
Yeah. I'll take it with some of my friends. They work in marketing. I'll talk to them about like what I could throw that out there as. But yeah, thanks again for coming by and checking my shit.
Anytime, good sir.
Checking shit.
Checking his shit.
All right. Let's see. As you guys are walking towards the next stop, we'll cut over to Aurelia and Lestiborns, who are probably in the eastern area, probably at the shop here.
That's easy. Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna ask, are you guys gonna go to the apothecary first or to the other jewelry store?
You have a preference there, Nikki?
I do not. Whichever's closer.
The one's closer is... I need to... is apothecary.
Alright,
We
so
go there.
apothecary first.
Alright. As you reach the apothecary, it is... it's more like a... Not like a hut, but it's... Like, whereas most of those here are, like, hard... they're wood with, like, stone, all that. This one seems to be more wooden. With the long drapes covering the windows. Inside you get like a lot of smells. It's a lot of tinctures, salt and pepper. Like it's a lot of aromas going on in here.
I don't notice these aromas.
You
I'm
do
sorry.
not.
I notice all of them.
And you see behind the counter there is a small halfling man who is just kind of like at a little small desk, and he seems to be like at a mortar and pestle, kind of like stirring and breaking shit down. He does notice you. Hello there.
Well, before we get to him,
sorry.
I probably would have told Leslie, seeing as you are the professional here, would you prefer to handle the investigating, the interviewing our owner here, or have me lead?
I oftentimes find myself not being the best one to question the common man, but rather someone who cannot, I guess, hold a seat above me for how I look. And he'd like tuck his hood a bit. Please,
How about
I will be right behind you.
You investigate the store, see what you can discover, anything about form of breaking and entering, or how the robbery might have been completed. I'll talk to the storekeep then.
Of course. I will just wait till after he knows who we are. I feel like if he saw me snooping around ahead of time, he may have a different reaction.
I see. Okay, now we head in. I go up to the halfling.
Oh, hello there.
Afternoon, sir.
Oh.
Yes, we are from Wayfarers Guild, and we're currently looking into the issue of a string of rat robberies, and we're told that your store was one of several that was hit recently.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, a few rats broke in here and stole some of my components.
Do you happen to know offhand, have an inventory of what was taken?
Oh, yeah, I had a check after they ransacked it. Let me get the list together for you. If you want to take a look around and see if you can find anything, but I feel like most people have already cleared out what is here. And he's just going to go behind the desk and start grabbing some papers.
I'll have my partner look around then. I promise he doesn't. He's simply investigating to see what he can figure out about the building.
Oh.
And I'll nudge Lesterborn to go off and start poking around.
Which you would.
Okay.
Now then, I have a couple of questions. We're trying to suss out a few ideas here. You're, I guess, getting the inventory. Or, I mean, as he's getting the inventory and I guess hands it to me, I'll just kind of keep talking to him.
Sure.
This first one's going to sound very odd, and I will say incredibly outlandish, but, did you happen to hear any musical instruments, particularly flute or pipe or any sort of music during the robbery?
Yeah. I didn't really notice until after the ruckus was done, but I ran out to go chase him down. I heard a bit of music. It was, I mean, there's usually.
Damn it!
It was like a flute of some kind, like a toot 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 kind of thing.
I see, and they all the rats were of a similar stature. There wasn't one that seemed to be leading the pack.
No, I mean, they all seem to be setting just like as a unit almost. They're all just moving as one. I mean, they ran all around the store and grabbed what they kind of met in the middle, then just ran off. It was very strange.
I look over the inventory. I guess, is there anything incredibly striking about what was taken?
Let's see.
Would this be like a medicine check, or is there anything I need to do for?
Roll me. Actually, just roll me a straight intelligence check. Just roll D20, add your intelligence modifier.
Oh. Wait, is that the one at the top or the one? Oh, yep. Never mind, I got it.
Cool.
14.
14.
Why does it say save? They're two different ones.
Yeah.
One is my int +2, and the other is my int +4. Why does it come across as save?
It shouldn't be saved.
Yeah. So I did the check. I'm just wondering why I listed it as a save.
Regardless, with a 14,
That's weird, yeah.
a few of these across the board, some of them seem like basic components for potion making, but a few of them do, to you at least, and this really kind of comes across as interesting for you because you see Lesterborn's over there looking around, and you remember how he used to take out items for his spellcraft, and some of this stuff does kind of match up with that. It seems like they're components for spellcraft.
I see. You don't happen to and I doubt a place of this business would, but you don't happen to have any enemies or people who would want to particularly steal from you that you can think of?
No. I run a pretty straight ship here. Prices are fair. I don't scalp. I don't filch. I just run a business. I haven't had any problems.
No one with any particular payments that they haven't made.
No. I take the cash up front and I process it. So no, there's no outline payments or anything like that. It's all very bizarre.
Can I insight check his behavior from
Where I'm at, because I'm still listening in while I'm investigating,
Yeah.
Sure, you can insight check.
just to see if it seems like he's speaking truth. Dang it! It hit the wall. 7.
7. He seems to be telling the truth.
Back to my investigation.
And I guess lastly, did you see the moment of their break-in? And if so, where did they come in from?
Well, no, I didn't see them come in. I was busy hammering in some ingredients to make a poultice, and all of a sudden there was just a loud scurrying. I think they came in through a window, and they were just going.
A window.
Yeah, they just were going across all my tabletops. They climbed up the wall to get to the shelves where some stuff is stored, and they bit it down and just took it out to the middle and then just ran out of the building.
The window there wasn't a broken window anywhere?
Well, no, I usually leave the windows open for good airflow.
I see. So windows are open. You didn't see the moment, but you did see when they left.
Oh, it was hard to miss. They were all over the place.
You said they worked as a unit. Which way did they go? To exit.
They ran out. See, I think I selected this place as they ran out, and then they head right down to the main thoroughfare, and then they just disappeared.
It would be at this that Westbournes would step out of the building for something he'll take care of later.
Sure.
After you're done, I mean.
Sure.
Very well then. Oh dang it! I'm missing the guy picking up trash. Oh well. Well then, thank you very much for your time. We are hopeful that we will get this handled in short order, and that no more members of the Merchants' Quarter will have fear of rat attacks. I'm gonna be right back too. I'm very sorry. If you want to take over for a minute, Leslie.
Sure. I guess the first part would be if it's all right to do 2 different investigation checks for 2 different things.
Sure. Hit me up with what
the
you're
first would
investigate.
just the first would be in the shop. I'd like to. I'm assuming there's been a good bit of cleanup, of course, because these rat attacks were how long ago? Out of character, if we know.
I would say they said it's been like a few days. This is all started, so it's probably like past 2 days.
So it's like probably 90% cleaned up
Probably,
then, outside
yeah.
of like maybe some damage.
Yeah.
Investigation check to see if I just see anything out of the ordinary. Basic stuff.
This would be a perception check because you look for things that stand out.
Yeah, that's fine. When I say investigation, I should have specified that.
No worries.
You could decide the check, of course. 11.
11.
Almost was a 16. Tail of the night.
Looking around, especially because you hear him talk about they came through the window, and then they left through the front door. No, they would have left back through the window. Yeah, because the door had been closed. Looking around the window area, let's see. You see little marks of feet, like little claws, probably from the rats themselves.
Oh, perfect. That's actually one of the things I wanted to find. How many sets of prints do I see? And by that, I mean, even if there's only a few, if there's less sets of prints, I'd assume they'd be organized in the control of they're taking the same footsteps behind each other, like that kind of control, hive mind almost.
Mm-hmm.
Or does it just seem really scattered? Like, do the steps, are they, going crisscross at some points from what I can see in the limited a bit, that it seems like they were more just scrambling in a kind of way?
more scrambling. It doesn't seem like they were like
Okay.
like
Not like a
directed
direct
control.
control.
Yeah, no.
not
It seems like they.
a mind slave. Yeah.
But they seemed like very clean. Like they were. It was organized in a way that it was like, it was quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fluid motion of rat swarm.
Yeah. So like, my hypothesis obviously being, they were controlled, but not one or all doing the exact. Yeah. And then the second one would be after I leave, I'd go the direction that he had mentioned, and I'm going to keep an eye out for any entrances to sewers, as Reggie had mentioned, or any other, like, obviously there's plenty of places rats. I guess, yeah, just sewers for now. I guess that's the only thing that he'd assume. Or if there's, I guess, any other marks of...
Sure. Roll me a perception check.
Stop going to 16, then 6. Stop it! 9.
9.
At least it's
I'm
not
off
a
my game
1.
tonight. Yeah.
You follow the trail of, like, you follow, like, the path and everything, and you start looking around, and you don't... You mean, there's some, like, you see some, like grates and everything leading to sewers. But you don't see anything that...
I don't see any grates, though. You said, sorry.
You see grates and
I
everything,
was-
but you can't find anything that proves that they went into the grates. You know that it's a possibility that they could have dove into the sewers in order to travel about. But...
Where are the grates at on the road? Is it like along the path down there's grates, or is it they start here where the guy had mentioned he got to?
There's like small, like little grates along the small roads, but there's major grates. And like the small grates look probably not big enough for a normal rat to squeeze through, especially if they're carrying something. So you imagine if they were to travel through sewer, they would have gone to the main road and then jumped in.
Do I see any guards posted about at this intersection?
Yeah,
Or along the main road that look like they're standing there, not walking by specifically?
Yeah, there's probably there's probably a set of guards to the Platinum Paradigm that are just kind of out and about watching. There's one that's looks like a spearman, the other one's a sword and shield user. They seem to just keep it out.
I'd like to approach them then.
Sure.
Unfortunately, this is a point where I can't really hide my face, so I'd walk up and directly look to them. If I may, a moment of your time.
The sword and shield person looks to you. Looks like a human male. And he just looks at you and goes like, "Oh, yes. How can I help you?"
We are currently doing a job that involves investigating the areas and possibly the sewers. Do you mind if I ask if you have been posted here 3 days ago? It was 3 days, just double check, right?
It was in the past 3 days. It happened. Yep.
In past. Have you been posted here at all over the last 3 days?
I was here the other day and a few days ago.
Do you remember a rat heist? As odd as it may sound.
I wasn't here for it, but Gerald here. He motions to the spearman. He's like, "I think you were here for it, weren't you?" And the tall orcish man looks and goes, "Yeah, I saw the rats."
Do you see any direction which they may go? Our current hypothesis is that they've been using the sewers. However, the last known account we know of is that they were chased here and then not seen again.
I mean, they got to the main road now, and then they split off. They kind of scattered a bit. I think one or two went to the sewers, but a few of them went down other roads.
Down other roads. He'd think for a moment, looking to the roads. Last question. I assume there are also... but those are probably smaller. Like, as if he's, like, piecing it together himself out loud. He'd then shake his head. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And he'd give a little nod of his head and quickly hustle off and try to make his way back to Aurelia.
Okay.
I guess eventually leave and kind of wait around and realize that, obviously he had left, and I just kind of wait in front of the store for him.
Alright,
Assuming...
Oh, sorry, if you wanted to cut, Chris, you can.
No, it's not such a cut. I just want to ask real quick. So first I'm going to ask, because I didn't get to do with them before we swapped over, Seville and Reggie. real quick, it could be one of you. You can decide between you. Yes or no.
Seville, this is all you.
What?
Just yes or no, Seville.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Aurelia and Lesty, yes or no?
I'll leave it to Bill.
No.
Okay.
I'm glad I left it to you because I would have said yes.
I would have also said yes, but we're in agreement.
So, Aurelia and Lessaborns, you are all meeting back in front of the apothecary, discussing your findings.
Yes.
There is a loud cry from one of the shops across. As you see a commotion from the inside. The glass is frosted, so it's hard to see the inside, but you see shadows of movement. And all of a sudden, breaking through the glass, you see a swarm of rats carrying a bunch of jewelry as they turn left, and head down the street.
How far away is this?
They're running really fast, so like dashing and everything. So you're probably about.
No, but them bursting the shop. I should say the shop.
stop.
How far away?
It's about 20 feet away from you. But they jump down and immediately just start heading off.
It's okay if you need me to roll for reaction on this, like reaction time, but I do have telekinesis stuff now. Could I use the mage hand that's like always around to grab a rat? Or try to grab a rat?
Yeah, you know what? We'll try that, sure. You can grab one of the rats. Give me...
Yeah, just a rat.
I would also immediately then like to make if possible, a check to see if I can hear music and discern direction.
Sure. Roll me a... Okay, so, yeah, Aurelia, roll me a perception check, and Lessaborns, give me a spell attack. So roll d20, add your spell attack modifier. It should be right there in your spell list, or in your spell area.
18.
18?
Spell attack modifier, you said?
Yeah.
That one.
Thanks,
Sal.
Damn. So...
Remember earlier it was like, try rolling a 1.
So as you see the rats like run out, you try to like mage hand grab one of them, and you grab and you just barely grab one by the tail that slips right out. Or really with an 18 perception, it's faint, but you do hear the faint sounds of like a flute or a pan flute or something.
Can I sprint off in the direction I think I hear it and prep Eldritch Blast if I do come across a bard that the rats seem to be running to?
Sure. You hear it coming from around the corner of the building that just got broken into.
Yeah. So you would see me then, Lestaborn, like rush off. I want to dart around the corner. Do I see the rats running towards a man playing music?
Their rats are running down to the main road, and you see down the alleyway. You see a hooded figure, and he seems like he's holding you see the back of him. He seems like he's holding something up to his mouth.
I already said I was prepping it. I'm gonna look at him, and then like you could just see like the magic crackling, and I'm the big. So I'm going to need to ask you to drop that immediately.
Let's see here. Let me pull up my notes for him.
And if he tries to fucking run or move, I'm shooting him with it.
Shooting him. Also, just real quick, I'm totally fine. One sec. I'm totally fine with keeping it how it is now, especially because it's pretty funny. But I think the way it works is the rat was supposed to make a strength check, is what it says.
Strength check.
Whenever I'm using the hand. But again, I'm fine with keeping it how it is for now.
That's fine
because
strength check. Okay.
I got a nat 1.
Yeah. But yeah, if it's in range, then yeah, I'll roll. See. Okay. Oh, that's what his spell save DC is afterward.
Does he move?
He does start. He puts. You don't see what he puts down, but he turns. You see a kind of thin-looking tiefling man as he starts to. Let me double check here. Yeah.
As he starts to hightail it the fuck out.
No, he starts to move his hands. It very similar to how you see Lestaborns cast his spells.
I am going to shoot him with a fucking Eldritch Blast.
Sure, go for it.
Well, that's just the damage.
No.
You didn't roll the hit.
You didn't roll
Oh,
hit.
I rolled damage. Whoops. Oh my god, we have a chance. There's a chance.
There's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, there's not.
Also, damage, is that not?
No, it's not. That's a roll to hit.
Oh,
That's the
wow.
hit.
Yeah. That's funny.
As you're kind of like stumbling back from him, like waving his hands, you fire wide and it hits the side of the building. It's a little bit of like structural damage, but it's like very minor. It's like a scuff almost. Let's see here.
As I miss, I will do the stereotypical. My name is Aurelia Bloodstone, and upon my honor, and I'll like pull out my sword. I'll at least prep the like attack him back when I assume he's gonna cast something at me.
Yeah, sure. Let's see if I can get. See
Yeah, sure. He's gonna fuck you up.
let's see here. It's not great.
And upon my honor of the one that
Point
thought this
blank
was absolutely
fireball.
ridiculous, but here we are dealing with a piper.
Let's see.
We don't know if he's a bard or druid yet.
I need
Could be
to
a fluid.
pull up-
Could be a fluid.
Could be a dastardly fluid.
Okay, no, it doesn't.
Lautus druid.
As he waves his hand, you see this like small like wave of energy like strike you, and you feel like your eyelids like flutter, like you're like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh no, this guy is a problem. And as he sees you like stand up, he goes shit, and he starts darting off.
Is that something I can use Hellish Rebuke on?
No.
It has to be a damage
Damn it.
attack, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna chase him, and I'm gonna
Run
hope
my
Lester
direction.
gives up the rear.
Yeah. I
All right, we're entering a
yeah, it all heads
segment.
my direction.
All right, so he's probably about 30 feet ahead of you. Okay, let's see here. Checking on the rules of the chase. Try a new thing here.
Rules of the chase.
Okay, so this is how chasing works. You can take the dash action a number of times equal to 3 plus your con modifier. So if you have a con modifier of like +2, you can take 5 dashes during the chase. Any dash beyond that, any dash beyond that
So I get-
requires a saving throw, or otherwise you gain an exhaustion level.
You do not want exhaustion. You do
No.
not want exhaustion.
So I have 1 con, so I have 3 dashes.
You have 4 dashes.
I have 4. How many would it take to get to him at this moment, or catch up with him?
Well, as if he doesn't take a dash, then he will. It'll take about 2 to get him.
Okay, I'm going to dash twice.
You only take 1
In-
dash per action here. I'm going through the mechanics.
Oh, 1. Oh, right. Oh, I see. I get.
It's like combat.
for the
yeah,
chase,
it's a
I
major
get to
action
dash 4
equivalent.
times
yeah.
in the-
Alright.
I will. Hold on, would this help me? Let's see here. I'm going to try to cast Charm Person on him.
Good choice.
Okay. Charm person. If you could post it in the chat and everything.
Why didn't it do the whole thing?
If you
Very
open the
cool.
spell in the upper right. Yeah.
Okay,
Here
here
we go.
Let's see. First level. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. 30 feet, which is he's just right there. It's a wizarding throw, and it does so with advantage if you or your commands are fighting it. You did throw a spell, and so you will have advantage on this. Fail saving throws charm by you until the spell ends, or took advantage. Okay. So, I'm gonna go wisdom saving
They
throw.
see
or
me
does
as
that
a
mean he
friendly
has
acquaintance.
disadvantage?
He has
Or-
advantage because you hurled a spell at him.
Gotcha.
Let's see here, and DC is 11.
I should open with that. Sure.
Charm person is a very nice action.
It really is. They unfortunately rolled a 17, so they are unaffected.
All right. God damn it.
So
That is my action.
his action will be to dash away, so he is now 60 feet away, and he is going to head down south towards here.
Okay.
Oh, if he was, which direction did Aurelio run? Where was it? Sorry.
Really around the corner here. Like literally around
So
the corner.
he would have run past me here then, because I'm right here, right?
He's not. He was
Because
here.
I'm at the
He's here.
He's going
and
down.
ran
He's
here.
going down south. He's like running
here.
through the
Let
buildings.
me here. So you're saying he's going like that.
Yes.
I thought you were
Yes.
saying he went like that.
No. He's
Okay,
he was,
so I
you
would
know,
not
he's
have
running
seen
through the
him then.
buildings,
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, I'm still at the shop then.
All right.
I'll delete that. Don't worry.
Let's see here. I need to roll.
Also, I will be right back.
That's not the right die. This is the right die. Okay, cool. So yeah, he runs down, and he's just gonna keep running. I should also ask. Actually, we should probably roll initiative here instead, because then that way.
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead. Let me actually open up the thing. What's I gotta do over here? I think
This is why you say no.
this was no.
No.
Fog of War, turn order. Here we go. There's no token, so just roll your initiative, and I'll just put you in here.
I don't know why. Hold on, my thing closed. I don't know why. Ten.
Nope, that's all right. Oh, I put 10, not 0. There we go. And I'll roll initiative for them. Where is it? That's the right one. There it is. Oh. This actually kind of works. Oh, no, that's 7. Lustaborns. He got up, didn't he?
Is he back? Yep.
Shit. I'm just gonna wait a few moments. It's time to check over this stuff again. Just make sure I'm using this right. Okay, make sure.
Where's my chase music?
Do I have chase music? That's a big question.
He has 3 songs.
Shut up. No, I don't have that. I don't chase music.
Okay.
Come on. Something I'll have to look into getting though is chase music. Nikki picked a bad time to get up. I think his dad was asking for him or something, so I guess it's understandable.
Very unfortunate they were the ones that ran into him, I guess.
Yeah, I literally flipped a coin for it. I used my cool Renaissance Fair coin that I got, and it's just a question of yes or no, and depending on if you guess the right side of flip on, then you get the
Alright,
red.
back.
Hello, you're back. You need to roll initiative.
You roll initiative.
Sorry, internet drama.
It's all good.
11.
11. Okay.
I didn't select my token.
That's fine. I usually put them here. There's no tokens to use here. I don't know why I keep doing that. I keep putting in the speed is 11 or the number and then it just says no. Okay. Alright, so Lesborns, you are like probably about 30 feet behind Aurelia, so it's like basically there's the culprit, then 30 feet is Aurelia, then another 30 feet is you.
You.
So I'm 60 feet away.
You're 6 feet away from the man.
Do I have an action right now?
You can either choose to dash to chase him down and get closer, or you can try to cast a spell at him, or what other actions you have available to you.
I would like to cast Hold Person.
Love that.
Yeah, put that in the VTT so I can see it.
Yep, I just wanted to make sure. Here, Hold Person. There you go. It's a Wisdom check, I believe.
Wisdom check. All right.
Oh, why did it?
Did not,
It should have showed the information about it.
hit display in VTT because it will sometimes.
That's what I did hit.
You did hit it? All right.
Yeah, that's me clicking.
Alright, that's fine.
That's
I got it.
weird. Yeah.
That's very weird. Alright.
There we
There it
go.
is. Okay. 6 feet. Yep, just enough space. Choose anyone you can see within range. Target with 60 on Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. The end of each turn, target can make another Wisdom saving throw. Alright. So it's a Wisdom saving throw. It has to beat a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. It's a +4, but he rolled a 6, so he fails.
Oh,
Let's fucking go.
You
He is
Aurelia,
locked
as you
in
like,
place.
as you like start chasing him down, you see him like just lock up.
Nice. I will, I guess, dash, and if possible, just basically try to pin him in some way.
Athletics checks. No, because he's paralyzed, so he can't really do anything. So yeah, you can 100% tackle him to the ground and basically like hold him down.
I'm going to tackle his ass and then kind of sit over him and keep like a, press an arm to like the back of his neck as I throw off the cowl he had on. Okay, mister, you are going to be questioned by the Locomotivators, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to reach and see if I can take whatever he was like playing before.
Yeah, because it would have been his hands. So it's just like it's being like held in a death grip because of his paralysis. But you're able to pry it out, and is a like it looks like a pan flute.
I am taking that. All right, you Piper of the Pied. I am going to just take a well-educated guess and say that a string of robberies involving a sound of a flute across 5 different establishments, all being invaded by a very well-coordinated group of rats, possibly has something to do with you?
Let me see here. Double check a certain thing here. Paralyzed. So see if you can actually speak.
I was about to say, see if he can even respond or talk right now.
Yeah,
Hold
paralyzed is
Person.
incapacitated and cannot move or speak. So you just see him like.
I just look back at Lesterboard.
He's holding
Yeah,
his
this is a-
hand in the air as if he's like holding him.
This is a bit of a problem. Well then, I guess, what would be the best way to handle this? I
Westerborn's
will...
gonna toss forward his rope.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I will spend time tying him up until he is secure, and I kind of sit him up against like a wall of a building, and then tell Lestaborn to eventually release the spell and cast a message to the others.
You've only got 1 minute to tie him up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because he gets to save after every round, so he gets to save every 6 seconds. So I've been rolling.
Okay.
But you're on top of him, so he does eventually lose the paralysis, but you are still on top of him, so he just starts kind of like thrashing about.
It would be at this that I come to help with tying then, now that I'm not having to focus on the spell.
Yeah, and hold him down.
If I can have both of you roll me athletics checks to hold him down.
It is not me. It is not my night.
13.
Much better.
That's fine, because you only rolled a 6.
That's great.
So, like, let's he's kind of flailing with he's kicking his feet, and you can't get near him, but really, you got him down on his back, on his chest, and you kind of like just hold him down long enough to take the rope, able to tie up his hands and to get his feet, and you kind of hog tie him.
Yeah, I hog tie his ass, and then with him properly hog tied, I will tell Esteborn to send message to the others so that they can come and we can handle our Piper friend here.
We're here, right?
Yeah, you're
no, we were
down here.
Like, it's here, yeah, down
And the
here.
places they were checking are over here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I will start walking then. I'm gonna wait until I'm a lot closer.
So, with him, properly hog-tied, I'll repeat my line of questioning again, and just kind of, like, kneel over him, and, staring, kneeling, etc. at him.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just playing music.
I'm going to investigate, I don't have detect magic. I guess I'll see if he's lying. Insight check him.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
That's a 16.
He seems to be telling the truth.
He seems to be telling the truth. This man got the highest deception roll on the planet.
Or he's telling the truth.
Yeah, right.
And
I'm
reckless
assuming that. But... Correct. I see. And what were you planning to retaliate against me with, and why did you run away upon cast of suspicion of a crime?
Because weird woman's just yelling at me when I'm in the middle of the street and just, he threw a bolt of, like, energy at me. What was I supposed to do? Just...
Well, yeah. Well, if you hadn't done anything wrong, there'd be no reason to hide. You would have dropped that, and you clearly had inclinations of attacking a retaliatory attack. Let me see here. I'm going to, at the very least. Shit. I really don't have any good, like, investigative stuff. I'm just all attacky and some charm. Well, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to. In fact, I know exactly what we can do. I'm going to have you stay here. We're going to stay here. Get comfortable and wait for my colleagues to arrive. If you are telling the truth, I know just the person who can make sure of it.
It's around this time, Aurelia, that you see down the end of the alleyway, back where you started. You see 2 guards, a sword and shield man, and a spearman, looking down your way.
Yes, hello. I am doing an investigation and have a potential suspect on behalf of a job I had picked up from the Wayfarers Guild. If you wouldn't mind, for the sake of our potential job, we have a few individuals coming back to continue questioning.
Oh.
Yeah, we did see a group of rats run down the street. If you would like to try and get the belongings back.
Oh, they seem to have dropped them, so we're picking them up right now.
Perfect. Isn't that interesting? You start playing your little song, and suddenly all the rats did they just like scatter?
They seem to scatter, yes.
Oh, would you look at that? Your very well-organized group of rats just seem to suddenly scatter and drop everything the moment you start playing your music. Isn't that funny? I just like...
He's just looking at you like... It is weird. It's weird that happened. It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very, very fucking weird. just going to sit there. Gentlemen, thank you very much. If you could return those to the shop, I have somebody who's going to help us very much get to the bottom of what's going on here, who should be here momentarily.
Speaking of, Lester Borns.
I'll use this, but let me finish soon real fast.
About reaching the middle point of the two shops, even if they are out 100 feet from both directions, Lesterborn will try to cast message on Sebel. And I do not have the voice down yet, but a strange voice that you do not recognize, Sebel, would come through and say, in simple words, we might have found him. Come to Apothecary. You can reply to this message.
We'll be there shortly. I leave as a reply.
I should say, does it reach, first of all?
Oh.
Out of curiosity.
That's a good question. You know what? Small, roll me a d20. You want to roll low.
Oh God!
Can Sever roll
Why?
it?
Now of all times.
Now of all time.
Okay.
Can I roll
Six
it?
is low. Six is low. Six is low.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, it reaches.
20 there.
It takes a few tries. You're kind of like walking around, like holding your finger to your head, like holding a hand out, like casting a wide net. But eventually, you do find your target, and you do hear several reply to the message.
And then I will head back upon getting confirmation. I would not have stopped until I got confirmation. Then I will start heading back to the apothecary.
Sure
Did
thing.
he say if it was a bard or a druid? Seville?
He did
Was it a
not.
bard? Oh, we'll just have
He
to
did
find
not
out.
say which. We will have to find out.
Reggie is going to take off sprinting.
Oh my God.
I imagine once they arrive, I'm going to look to Seville. Seville,
Yes.
would you be a dear and cast that one thing that keeps people from doing the lying thing? This man seems to say he has nothing to do with what has happened, yet was suspiciously hanging about, playing the same similar sort of musical tone. You were right, Reggie. That
fucking thing would-
Sorry.
Okay, there it
What was
goes.
that again?
that we had heard at the various locations that we have all that we were able to at least collaborate about. And on top of that, it seems the guards said that all of the rats that did the stealing suddenly went from very organized to scattered and dropping all of their stolen goods upon this man's apprehension and inability to play music.
I do
I-
not think he meant for you to repeat that.
Great observation, Lesty.
It is
What,
my
repeat
job.
what?
You,
Repeat
you
what?
said something in the middle there about someone being correct at an assumption? Perhaps
I-
a profiling?
I certainly talked about how all of our collective efforts to discover what has happened in this particular situation happen to be correct. Yes. Now then,
I
Mr.
do know a much faster way of testing this out than going for the interrogation.
Sure.
I want to
my
pick up
guess.
the flute and play it.
Do you have any idea how to use that?
Nope.
You start playing it, and you play a nice little jaunty tune. Yeah, you play a nice tune.
We got the wrong guy.
As I
We're calling it
said.
right.
Well, we've got the wrong guy.
That was out of character, I should say, what I just said.
That was in character, what I just said.
Now then,
Let's use this zone of.
does Seville would have sensed
Seville-
if this guy failed?
He does fail the saving throw against it.
All right. I just nod to you.
I'm going to ask you again. Are you related to, in any way, the rats that have been stealing from the shops around the merchants' quarters?
He goes to say something, and he kind of like winces, like he's like, ah, he just stops talking.
The silence is incriminating. He might wish to
anyways.
speak up.
Yes. Do you mind speaking up? Did you say that again? I just leaned down next to him. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. And I will
Perhaps
just
a simpler
crackle some.
question will do. Are you a bard?
He looks at Reggie. No.
Druid?
No.
He speaks
Damn,
Shit.
it doesn't look like Reginald was very correct at all. Now then.
What does sound correct is your hypothesis, Aurelia.
Now then. Care to tell me where the rats went? Or where you have been keeping your, where the rats and what the stolen goods, where they've been taken to?
Maybe.
He wins again. Maybe? Maybe! Oh, so you may be able to tell me where the stolen goods that you have absolutely no affiliation with may be. That's very interesting.
He kind of like darts looking around. He's like, I might be able to tell you where the rats took some nice jewelry. He's like waiting for the pain to come in, but it doesn't.
Yes, and potentially some spellcraft supplies.
Maybe.
You happen to have any of it on your person now?
Just doesn't answer.
Maybe.
All right. I
Good.
walk up to him and I grab him by the arm and inflict wounds.
All right.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Love it.
actually, I hate to do this. Does it look like he's about, like, do I see the magic before the inflict wounds happens?
I would imagine you see him walk up and grab him.
Inflict
But I
wounds?
know Seville might just grab people. He wouldn't react at that. He would
Well,
react at the
here's
magic,
the
even if it's
question.
after the attack goes off, though.
Here's what. Okay, let's see here. Inflict wounds is verbal smack. So you do see him like make a motion and start saying some words, which probably in your case you probably recognize as some level of magic going on.
I hate to do this. I'm casting hold person on Seville.
Oh my god.
All right.
We do not hurt people. That is we do not like in this manner, I should say. It's okay if you want to obviously try to not have it, but it is a wisdom save. And you beat it.
The magic holds you for just a moment, but your hand goes down and you sure enough you grab him. He would normally be able to block it with the shield, but his hands are bound. He cannot activate any spells. So you do how much damage? 9?
17. Oh, 9. 17 to hit, sorry.
Yep.
9 points of damage. You grab his arm as the necrotic energy filters through it. He's like, "Ah, you're hurting me, dude! Stop!"
Yeah.
Hmm.
will approach then. Or I guess, I'll let you talk. Of course, but he will react eventually.
Yes, you see, I very much dislike dishonesty, especially one that thinks that they can trump this little haven I've created. Now, if you aren't going to answer the lady's questions, I'm sure that we can come to other arrangements.
I look down at his arm.
But those might be a bit unpleasant.
Roll me intimidation with advantage.
I love it. Oh, I love Seville.
I love him.
I'm going to kill someone.
Can I help him with advantage and crackle the same energy that I had threatened him with before, in my hand?
Let me see
I can point my gun at him.
You rolled low on the save against it. Because it would normally just be a no on that, but because you fucking got with a inflict wounds. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
He looks at his arm and looks back at Selva. He's like, "Okay, I was using the rats. Okay."
That's more like it.
Yes, and
I look. Are the guards still around?
They're watching this, and they are actually starting to move towards you all. Not like they're watching, more like they're intervening.
Hang on, before they do that,
They're walking. They're making their way. But you have time to do something.
I start preparing Cure Wounds in the other hand. Because I imagine I'm still gripping his arm.
Yeah.
And once he answered that he is a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
He was using the rats.
Alright, there's that.
Alright, you heal him back up to full.
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? I believe that is a confession. I looked at the guards.
I release him and walk away. Or at least shuffle back.
The sword and shield man does not look pleased. The spearman is not disturbed, but just more like a jeez kind of deal. The man with sword and shield, the confession is nice. We could do without the harm, though.
Of course. Well, we got the results that we need here. Would you be able to point us in the correct... What is it we need to do in order to complete this quest?
Then we'll check the requirements for the quest. Stingers from rats. Track the rats and see where they're taking the spoil. So you will have to... I mean, granted, you caught the guy, so this can be handled more off-screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you wanted to... I would say this is going to be marking it as complete, because they will be able to get the location where he's storing those spoils and return them.
Yes. I'm going to hand you over to these two fine gentlemen who very much have a great care for their citizens and the actions of this city. And you're going to let them know where you are keeping things. They have, of course, gotten these stolen goods. We are about to fetch a fat purse from the Wayfarers Guild. Now, one last question. You're not a bard, you're not a druid. Would you just mind... What are you?
I'm a wizard.
Wizard. Oh!
I should have known. Wizards are just as bad.
I'm the one that's justified here.
And I will just walk up, pat Seville on the back. Well done.
Guards, before you leave, make sure it is known that the Locomotivators are the ones who have solved this.
And they look at each other and just kind of nod like, sure, we'll put that in the report.
We all met on a train.
I didn't ask.
Didn't ask.
And they
It's a bit rude, but
they will take the mage and they'll pick him up and start hauling him off.
Well, I guess with that, since we are over,
Yeah.
I was going to ask what our reward was, so we can just divvy that up now.
Sure. We'll say that next time you go in there, you'll get the money, but you will be getting 150 gold pieces.
150.
Divvy it up. That is going to be 37 gold and 5 silver for each of us.
Okay. Damn, that's like double what I've got.
Yeah, that's like almost exactly double. Or, oh, not double. Double? I'm at 73 gold right now. Have you been spending?
I'm at 42.
Adding this, I'm up to 110.
wait,
I'm up to
37
120.
and how many silver?
5.
Alright, I'm at 72 total now. I was at 32 before.
How am I up to 110?
I've been
I'm at
spending a lot of
127.
gold, and I didn't start with much.
I guess the only
I started with
gold
less.
I've
Did we
spent
start with
was-
different amounts?
Yeah, it depends on your background.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
You probably took the acolyte background for the most or whatever. Not acolyte background, but there's like the comfortable, rich, standard, or like groveling, like, and it changes how much gold you start with.
Going to mark down the list of
All
quests
right.
as cleared.
Let's go.
Alrighty.
All right, and
Mr. Warren's about to have a long talk with Semel after this next session.
We have hurt people who have done harm in the past.
But we've never tortured before.
It was not torture.
That was literally one. If you look at the definition of torture, that's what that was.
The dude was bound up, couldn't do anything. I mean,
yeah, he's a defenseless man right now.
And I was gonna shoot him. He got off easy.
Oh, hold on.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream.
That's not torture. That's literally the dictionary definition of torture.
Hey, Webster says it is, bitch. Like, what are you talking about?